don't know what the protocol is. So, I mean, you can't even cash your massive check.
It's too massive.
We're going live on YouTube. I think we're live.
Hello!
We're playing Factorio to inflict Factorio on everybody that hasn't seen Factorio. Look, trust me, this game looks like shit, and it's like, what the fuck is this? But this game is so much fun, it is crazy.
I don't remember you playing with us last time, but I see there's a floor here, so you must have.
No, I don't remember this world. That's why I was like walking around confused. Did you guys do this one night when I was gone?
I don't remember this either.
I'm lost right now. Wendell, is this a world you started?
I don't think so.
Somewhere. There's power lines here. We can follow them. Oh,
wait,
it just leads back down here.
Is this not the main base?
Maybe it's not. I don't know. I have no way
This
of
is
knowing.
definitely not. Wait. Because we were trying to do the bus thing last time. This is definitely not it. But whatever.
I'm lost.
We got a donation.
Oh wow, thank you.
Rust Belt, like, I'm curious. Because I know Rust Belt donated a lot last time. Like, how much of your monthly budget did you set aside for this? Or do you not do that? Are you just like, is this just like impulse spending? Anyway, he says, let's kick this bitch off right. $100.
Jesus
you very
Christ,
much.
Rustbell. Oh my god.
And then, of course, Jack Gallo 21 donated $2 and says M&M's.
Do you have M&Ms, Wendell? I'll take a drink. I'll take a swig of lala.
I had a handful of M&Ms.
Sweet lala hype. We can get. Oh, I should have the vomit meter up. Like when we played Half-Life and we all got sick.
Gotta chug that whole bottle right now. Then stand up and spin around a little bit.
Hello, Eden. I feel lost and confused. I don't think I do have tools, but I don't remember. I don't even have a pick.
I'm neglecting Twitch chat because I don't even have Twitch chat open. Hang on. The shame.
I have a PGP account specifically for this.
We have stone on the production line. I don't think we should have that.
What is lala? It is a delicious yogurt drink that you can get at supermarkets. This doesn't look right though. Wendell Grizzle played without Crease and we're making a new orderly base. Yeah, I don't recognize this at all.
There's stone on this production line. This is... I don't know what this is.
I think I might have fucked up and picked the wrong save game.
It's probably worth getting the right one because this space is a mess.
I have no idea.
Are they dated?
Yeah, what day was that?
The most recent? I mean, have you played this since?
Not really. Not that I can recall. I might have kept playing it the day after.
It's the PGP drug of choice. It's a good way to describe lala and M&Ms.
I've got one called the Redo.
That sounds promising.
The Redo, did we already have like a bunch of production facilities and stuff though?
Yeah, I think we were working on the second phase of technology.
And do we have a shitload of like oil, whatever?
Maybe. Guess the all things will be clear in 5 days was canceled. Your guess is as good as ours. Oh, Jack Gallo donated another $2 and he asks strawberry lala. I think that's definitely.
It is indeed
How
strawberry.
many flavors can you choose from there?
The only ones I've found here are strawberry and mango. I'm sure there are others, but that's all I ever see at the store I go to.
Deegan says it's July 27th. Wow, that was a while back.
What a guy.
Robot tonight?
Kind of staticky.
Is it Wendell's mic again?
Is it the 30s thing or is it robot?
Because Mumble's fine.
Yeah, Wendell had to go get his mic out of the other room again, so it may have different settings.
How is
They're
this?
saying robot.
Is it robot?
Not to us.
Liquid media, Rust Belt, dehydrated. What's happening?
It says robot, not radio. It's not bad so far. Sounds like the encoding is lagging. And Krista
Not-
is stuttery.
Not on the stream computer.
Now it's Krista, intermittent, robot for all of you. We also hear someone's hangouts a lot.
The Hangouts is me, and I closed it.
Oh.
I guess we'll have to try to restart it if it keeps up.
Huh. Maybe it's Mumble?
Yeah, I think this is our save game. No, it's not Mumble. It seems like it's from the machine to Twitch. If it keeps going on, just let us know and I'll restart.
Oh, okay, this looks better.
Did anybody leave their Steam downloading updates?
It could be.
Probably. Guilty!
No, I don't have anything downloading on mine.
Wait, my volume is peaking. Alright. Fixing my volume. Yeah, no peaking. No peaking. Not too quiet, I hope. Get the mic. Okay, the mic's a little closer. Not too close. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
They're saying
on
it's all
Mumble.
fine now.
See, we answered this question last time. I don't remember. Cocidian, I think is what that is. Donated $10. Grizz, would it be cool if you plug Jennifer's new company? Also, her Twitter is active again. That's Ruby Maba. Ruby, Rubymaieba. What
We
is
retweeted
Maba?
it. I don't know. We retweeted it earlier.
I am not
I
sure
saw
how to
that she
pronounce
posted
that
it.
either, but
I don't know what a Maba is. Is that something?
it's a character that's going to help you take care of your bookkeeping and taxes and shit if you are a YouTuber.
Oh, this is like an avatar, like a puppet or something, right?
Yeah, it's also the name of her accounting business thing that specializes in catering to content creators.
Now they're saying I'm Massive Robot. I don't know what's going on.
Ruby May, according to Eden Rubra.
Oh, Ruby made
Rubra.
business assistants. Okay, gotcha.
Xbox One games. I wonder how Wendell looks without a beard. Obviously not a fan since day one. Ha ha!
Got plenty of old footage of that.
Old videos, yeah. Though you usually kept your face behind a monitor for a long time, which I don't necessarily blame you for. It's a little scary.
Thoughts on YouTube monetization crackdown on violence, profanity, etc. I really don't get what the big deal is. Advertisers don't like that kind of content. That's not YouTube's fault. YouTube wants to sell space. YouTube can't, if YouTube can't get money from advertisers to pay the content creators, why do they still expect to be paid? Carbon-based stream says, "Show me what you got."
Some people saying it sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
some of
know.
you need to refresh. I don't know what to do. It's been so long since we played this. I've got no agenda. Are we working toward the next... We've got this thing here, this chemical plant. I don't remember what we're going to do with it, though.
Alerted Tube just donated. Thank you.
Oh, let's see. He says $3, 3 space cash for the 3 of you, and remember, respect is everything.
Aw, thank you.
Thanks.
I didn't know space cash was at parity with the US dollar.
I need electric up here.
For all you new people, Factorio is amazing. It's like a factory automation game. And somebody was telling me that when we finally get to trains, you can middle click on the inventory slots on trains and select what kind of stuff you want to go in that inventory slot, so you don't have trains filled with batteries like we had last time.
Nice. Per slot? Because that's huge.
Yeah, per slot, I believe.
I don't think we need trains right now because we got everything we need right here. We've got oil. We've got a really good research line going on here.
Yeah, I like this research setup much better with the dual conveyor belts.
Audio issue. There's got to be something taxing our bandwidth to cause the audio problems.
Let me take a look.
Stone brick. Controversial topics are not ad friendly. Except controversial is obviously defined incredibly broadly, I'm sure.
Jerry G-Man was like, I was telling you. Thanks, Jerry G-Man. Is YouTube doing the robot? Because it might be a Twitch thing.
Is Twitch becoming the IE? That's what it sounds like. The IE of streams. It's happening on Twitch and YouTube. It is definitely on your end. Womp womp.
I'm running around in a circle. I don't know what to do. What do we need?
We need steel furnace, but we need rocks for that. But I don't know where the rocks are.
Isn't the... Oh, that's sand.
I'm trying to find a patch of it.
Damien Anton said hi, and then he's like, oh shit, I already said hi. It's cool. You can say hi multiple times, because guess what? I'm flaky.
You can say hi 3 times. 3 total.
It's like
night.
It's like Beetlejuice.
After that, you're out.
Yeah, bad things happen. YouTube just needs to improve their chat. I was really mad when YouTube Gaming launched because the UX was so bad. It was so cluttered.
That never caught on, right? I mean, nobody's using that still.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not really.
Pretty much, yeah.
If they that's the thing is Twitch does not have great design, but if YouTube had just done something that made sense, they probably could have eclipsed it. But Moshi, are we on the phone?
Twitch was kind of an accident. That was just, that weird internet magic somehow went right.
Christian Nunkin says hi in a PGP way.
That's one.
No, it was all 3.
Jack Ellos donated $2. He says, what is your opinion of the new anti-ad blocker deployed on websites these days? I just don't go to those websites.
Forbes is really bad about that. I'll be trying to read an article and it's like, you have to have your ad block disabled. And I'm like, I'll just read it somewhere else.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Especially when it's a news site.
Internet personalities reading Forbes. What are you guys going to do with yourself? I said.
That never happens.
I say to the audience, not entirely ironically.
I think those websites will not survive. They also got that thing in Europe where they're trying to get paid for links or snippets, even not just links, snippet. So they want Google News to pay them for using a paragraph of their story.
Well, that's just because what's his name is a crazy person. Rupert Murdoch. He doesn't understand stuff because he's a crazy person. Somebody asked, using a VPS for an email server a bad idea for a primary mail account? No, not really, as long as your mailbox isn't insanely huge. I mean, if you could have your mail server set up as like the configuration dependencies and stuff as a Docker container, because to do your mail server right is really just a suite of programs. You can't just be like, I'm going to install Postfix and call it a day. That's not really how that works anymore. So if you're going to do it on a VPS, doing it inside a Docker container in the VPS is probably not a bad idea unless you have a script or something that will build it. That way you can create and destroy it pretty easily, and it'll also be pretty easy to back it up so that you can back up your data and configuration separately. And my sentient AI says, "Doesn't uBlock have an anti-block list, ad block list?" Yes, in fact, it does. But here's the thing: AdBlock Plus. That's the one that is kind of friendly with the advertising industry now, where you can pay them, and as long as you don't have really egregious ads, they'll let it through.
Are we baking stone somewhere?
Yeah, it's up at the top. We have a bunch of coal furnaces which we need to update, but we have to get other stuff to do that.
We don't have the tech.
Yeah, we do. We just need steel plate. Do we not have steel yet?
Oh, we got a shitload of steel.
Wait, for steel furnace?
Yeah. We need stone brick and steel for that.
But those aren't electric. Are
Yeah.
they? Maybe they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we need stone block. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to build. But where do we make the stone?
Oh,
it's up here.
I have a mini base up
Very
here
top.
doing stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little operational thing up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to put more coal in there because they were all dying.
Yeah, the ad blocking thing, I don't see there ever being a good relationship there. People aren't going to watch ads. I'm at the point where, it's like that argument they make with software piracy. It's like, that's a lost sale. No, it isn't. I'm just not going to participate if you make me watch ads.
Well spoken.
Oh, the autosave kind of glitched out there.
Yeah,
I missed Don't Starve.
Played that pretty recently, didn't we?
Oh, we did, yeah, like a few weeks ago. It was pretty good. We did pretty bad. We died a lot.
We did in fact starve.
It's so hard in the winter, like if you don't have good rabbit holes. I keep running around aimlessly looking for stuff, and I don't know anything about this. Oh, you started research on logistics too.
Oh crap! The research hasn't been running because we're retarded.
Oh, it just finished like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure we have steel? How do you make steel? I don't remember.
All of these ovens are making steel.
Ironbound asks, "What do you think of the Rowhammer research news?" I'm glad my most important stuff is not on Amazon Web Services. That's what I think of the most recent Rowhammer thing. So the deal with that, for those of you guys that didn't see it, is Rowhammer is this bug where you can exploit the characteristics of the physical properties of memory cells and create a situation where you're flipping bits in memory. And this is sort of a known problem. That type of memory access pattern doesn't occur naturally. And there are some operating systems have taken some steps to mitigate some of the kinds of problems. But because you're just randomly flipping bits, it did not seem like it was a really serious threat. No, some researchers figured out how to surgically flip the bits. And so if you're in a virtual machine environment, one virtual machine can steal encryption keys from other virtual machines using this bit flipping method. All by just accessing memory in a funny way. And it's a bug in hardware, so it's going to be difficult to mitigate with software without it affecting performance.
So these ovens are in fact not electric. We don't have that research yet. And we don't have coal on this line.
Aww. Do they just go faster then? What? Why? Why are these the way they are?
We don't have the research to make them electric yet.
DDR4 has protection against it, doesn't it? No, not really. DDR4 has, like, even non-ECC DDR4 has some limited error correction built in as part of the spec. It's not really ECC, it's just, it's better than Hamming code, but it's not ECC. And, it's crazy. Do we get another, something? Nubbin said, "Whoa, donation hype." Did we miss one?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish your explanation there. That was Squirrel Cat Meow, $2.50, and Squirrel Cat Meow says heart.
We heart you too, Squirrel cat meow.
Rhombus.
Squirrel cat meow is androgynous. I'm guessing that's a dude.
I'd say probably a good portion of our audience is male, though I think there's definitely been some females here in the past. They just don't mention it a lot.
In the glory days, we had almost 10% on Tech Syndicate, although that has fallen off the last 6 months or a year.
We'll find him again.
Am I still using your QEMU startup script for your thing? Assigning Affinity and KVM CPU to specific cores is pretty directly in QEMU. I'm not really. Well, yeah, sort of, kinda. That Xeon E5 2670, I haven't even gotten. That's the machine that I use. I've got the SSD in there for Windows, and I've got it booting, but I haven't done the hardware pass-through gaming thing yet. It's like, oh, I can run some stuff. It's fine. I haven't set it up again yet. But I'm really looking forward to setting it up on at least kernel 4.7 because there've been a lot of performance improvements, and I think it's going to work a lot better.
I'm still saying robot. Let me try to restart my mumble.
I don't think it's Mumble. I think it's got to be the stream computer.
Does that mean we have to restart the stream computer?
Maybe just stop and start OBS. Is there anything that's gone rogue in terms of like CPU usage on it?
I've restarted mumble, so I think I cut you off about halfway there. Are you talking about the stream computer CPU usage?
Yep.
30%.
That should be fine.
I say the robot's really bad now.
I closed Discord. I don't think I have anything else running that would take bandwidth.
I just got the 3.
I definitely don't.
It's not mumble because the game audio is also stuttering.
Can somebody switch camera views and make sure it's not my camera?
Oh, wait a minute. If game audio is stuttering, then it has to be your OBS.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try. Well, wait. Let me try my audio.
Fix forever.
It's not auto starting.
There it goes. Better? Worse? Hello!
I bet that fixed it. It was a fucking back up your files prompt. I expect that kind of horseshit from Microsoft.
We put Ubuntu on that machine, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oops.
Sounds better so far. Stream looks cleaner too. Yay!
Well,
Robot
tater salad.
fun.
Okay, so we got our steel. What were we making steel? Oh, we got to fix this coal. Oh, okay, you did fix it.
I'm just make walls.
And we'll have to pay for it.
Yep.
He
Massive
doubled
check.
down on that. Did you see he doubled down on that whole thing?
Yeah. Oh, he did that after meeting the president, though, right?
I wonder what went down in that meeting.
It was probably like he walked in and he's like, "There's a funny smell in here. God damn it, let's build a wall."
No, I bet that guy was all uppity and like, you better fucking respect us. And Trump was sitting there the whole time like, oh yeah, sure, we'll do that. And in his mind, he's like, we're building that fucking wall again.
No, it was in his mind. It's probably like, not only am I going to build the wall, this guy's going to be lucky if I don't nuke him. He's definitely not one to de-escalate.
But PGP actually troubleshoots. We try. When will Wendell make the next video?
Soon. Very soon.
Trademark.
I like the picture of Sean Connery in front of Shun.
Shoon.
Yeah.
Shoon.
Yeah, when you think about it, Sean Connery took the speech impediment and made it sexy. Not many people can work that.
Oh my god.
I'm so sleepy. Drink more lala.
I don't think Lala has energy in it.
Oh, what do I want here?
I don't know.
So, so chat, our goal here is to, we've got these awful furnaces that are taking raw, unprocessed iron and turning it into iron plate, which these other furnaces then turn into iron, or steel, but, they're not very efficient. We need electric ones.
And it hasn't happened yet in this game, but there's monsters that don't like this. And the more pollution we create, the more likely... Oh, I see our pollution is just about to hit the dogs down there.
Uh-oh.
So we've got some turrets.
Alerted Tube is like, my 3 favorite streamers are streaming at the same time. Thank multiple monitors. Oh, thanks Alerted Tube. It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
Your 3 favorite streamers are on the same goddamn stream.
That's right.
Oh, Liquid Media Game says the electric is not faster, they just don't need coal.
Yeah, right. And they don't
That's
pollute as
kinda
much,
nice.
I think.
I think they use
Although-
less energy.
You still pollute. It's like electric cars. There's still pollution. It's just you personally don't witness it, so you feel better about yourself.
I'm gonna build a great wall. So where were the dogs coming from before?
I don't think we've ever been harassed at this place, but they're going to be coming from the southwest.
Okay. Hello. We're back, and we fixed the sound. Mr. Flynn is now following. Thank you.
I made a steel axe out of some steel plate. Ooh, copper.
Ooh.
We're
I could sell this for some meth.
We're really taxing our iron. We never have enough iron.
I think there's a huge iron deposit around here somewhere, but we would have to kill a bunch of dogs to do it.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of iron deposit. We just can't smell fast enough.
We're apparently the top Factorio stream. I know it looks
Ooh.
retarded, but this is an insane amount of fun for you guys that are not familiar with Factorio.
I think we might have managed to be the top Factorio stream in the pre-schism days.
Pre-schism. That sounds like a medical condition. It's like, Tompkins, I'm sorry. You're pre-schism. Oh, here's our iron deposit over here. Did you see this?
Biopsy's back. No, we got plenty of iron in like raw iron. We're just not smelting enough of it.
Oh, okay. Well, we can set up a section. We can set up a second production facility over here if you want.
We're okay. I like to see those belts packed. Official terminology is pre or post meltdown. I guess it is true. The schism officially started before the meltdown.
What was the Mel not the that actor that just had a crazy meltdown?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Gene
not ringing
Wilder
a bell.
died, but I mean, he didn't have a meltdown.
I don't think that counts.
What? What happened?
Wow, Gene Wilder really lost his shit dying like that. How embarrassing. What? Give us another detail. Give us another hint.
It was a couple of years ago. Mel Gibson.
Oh yeah, Mel Gibson. He like went way off the deep end.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
He had several episodes. Well, I mean, he had the tapes that his wife released, and then he had the cop. Which one are you talking about?
Yeah, which instance?
In my mind, those incidents had blended together, but you're right; those were separate incidents. What in one of those? Didn't like the police pull him over for speeding in his car, and he was just sitting there in his underwear eating oatmeal?
Well, I mean, that's just a normal Friday night for everybody, right?
I think he was drunk, but he pulled the whole do you know who I am kind of thing, and he was like talking some vague shit to the cop, and the cop was like, "Sir, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're trying to say to me." And he's like, "Come on, you know what I'm talking about." And the guy was like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "Come on, you're a Jew, aren't you?" But the thing is, the guy was a Jew.
Oh wow.
And apparently, Mel Gibson's dad is a bit of a Holocaust denier.
A bit of just like a casual Holocaust denier.
The Let Galo said, Samba is making me go insane. I had to go take a break and relax because I felt an aneurysm coming on. Which version of Samba? Have you gone off the reservation and using a version of Samba that didn't come with your distro? Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that you need to know what you're doing before you do that.
Oh, we missed a donation. There was no Factorio. Of course, Factorio.
Buffalo. Buffalo.
$25.
You crazy son of a bitch.
I guess Factorilo would be the proper pronunciation for that.
Thank you.
I saw some website was confirming that the Passion of the Christ 2 was coming.
What?
Like,
Is that the Book of Acts? I don't understand.
how did I've never seen it. Does it just end with his death? I mean, it could be like the Easter story, I guess.
I've got it. The Passion of the Christ 2. Electric Boogaloo.
I don't. They would just have to do the Book of Acts. That doesn't make sense. It wouldn't.
No, but
How?
But is it just like, does it end with him with his death, or is there more after that in that movie?
I haven't seen the movie, so I'm not sure.
What if it's like Space Jesus?
It's gotta be like some sort of bizarre, like.
Or it could be like a versus movie, like Jesus versus Godzilla.
I guess right in time for Halloween. What a bizarre thing.
No, I don't think it's coming out. I think it's in production.
Oh, dang it. I have to cut down all these trees.
Now my mind is mentally constructing a Space Jesus screenplay, which is like, it's a far future quasi-utopian, everything is white and shiny and clean thing, but, humanity has forgotten, emotions and how to live, and everything is, secretly subverted because, control and information. Kind of like 1984, but like the Stanley Kubrick, 2001: A Space Odyssey, 1984 styled thing, and then like Jesus comes in and he's got the aviator sunglasses. It'd be great. And then it's a little bit Matrix from there.
Everything is clean and white, huh? White. You better check your fucking privilege.
Kind of like the space station from Elysium, but a little bit more Stanley Kubrick.
Need another manufacturing machine.
Oh, there's a search function in the Windows now. That's probably going to be handy in ways that I can't think about right now.
Dark Star X says a Christ work Jesus. Nice. Who needs to hire writers when we've got the audience?
I guarantee any stream we could sit down and bang out something better than Hollywood's coming up with these days. Okay, we've got our research. What can I build? I need to build something. I need some meaning in my life.
I'm just working on walls. That's all I know to do.
Oh, let's get some sweet armor.
I did not read 2061 Odyssey or the 3001 Final Odyssey. I think I did when I was like 11, but I don't remember anything about them.
Don't understand what's up with the Gibson hate? Well, he went crazy.
Yeah, we weren't hating on him. We were just saying how funny it was.
We're gonna get banned from Twitch, from YouTube for being offensive.
It's not. I mean, if you can't laugh at ridiculous stupidity, then you're gonna have a heart attack and it's gonna be bad. Tom Cruise also gets a lot of hate for some reason. Tom Cruise is sort of a fun character. Like, he's a level of slightly off that, like, it's like the uncanny valley of human beings. Like, imagine an alien race that's like, oh, we need a human being to, like, be a human being and study them. And it's kind of the uncanny valley.
Cruise.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that Scientology stuff and like the whole jumping on Oprah's couch. I mean, that's a person trying to
Look how
play a
relatable
role.
I am.
Yeah, and not understanding it at all. But some of his movies were watchable.
High praise there. They were watchable.
I'm trying to think of a really good Tom Cruise movie. Uh-oh, looks like our red production has stopped somehow. Oh, it might be this iron shortage.
Edge of Tomorrow was a recent good one he did. I didn't see that. I heard a lot of good things about it. When did The Last Samurai come out? That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that wasn't bad.
We're low on copper plate.
Copper? We got copper coming out the ass over here. What are you talking about?
Oh, well, for this upper red production facility, it was depending on copper.
Where's that? Oh, I don't think we have copper coming over there. Ever.
Okay, I'll feed it manually.
We gotta fix that though.
Hurry up and get us the logistics robots.
So you can have all the little baby robots flying around. They're kind of cute.
Darkstar fucking loves Joan Rivers. I mean, it's kind of weird how much he loves Joan Rivers. I mean, she's a funny gal.
Liquid Media Game says that YouTube's going to be 100% cat videos. in 3 days to start the countdown because of the whole the terms of service update thing.
No, see, I'm offended because cats should be free. They shouldn't be domesticated, so we can't have any videos of them on the internet.
Well, see, I don't think YouTube is exempting those videos from like YouTube Red. I think it's just advertising because advertisers don't want to advertise on those videos. It's not like as if those videos are being banned. It's just that they're not monetized because advertisers don't want to be associated with that kind of stuff. I mean, there are advertisers that don't want to be associated, that have nothing to do with Apple, that don't want to be associated with stop buying Apple products, for example. It's just the way that companies are. They don't want to be controversial. They want everything to be Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I think, either they won't enforce it very aggressively, or it'll drive people somewhere else. I don't know who else has the resources to host all that, though.
Vimeo is one that I see a lot, but that's kind of like a sort of niche, like, appeal. I think it's not like for the unwashed masses. At least that's the way I understand it.
Hunter AP23 says, shouldn't the advertisers be able to choose the topics they support instead? I think they can to an extent, but I'm not sure that the system is quite that sophisticated yet. And I don't think that Google is able to delineate exactly, where on the spectrum it is in terms of offensive.
Right now, you're at about a 7 on the offensive scale. We're gonna need you to take that down to a 5.
That's how it would be, yeah. I mean,
You said the word retard 4 times an hour during this broadcast. You're gonna need to bring that down to 2.
well, that's also why you can use, third-party affiliates to run your ads. So, like, if you partner with another ad company, then Google is perfectly fine for you to use their platform to have a third-party company sell ads on your channel, which is easy if your channel has 100,000 subscribers plus. A lot easy if you have like 500,000 plus. And so then Google, then advertisers are kind of having a say. But for smaller YouTubers, it's worse because there's no monetization. But Google's trying to get a better value for advertisers because I think Google's taken a lot of heat from advertisers because advertisers are finding their ads are running on things they don't want them to run on.
How come I don't see these streams available on YouTube after the fact anymore? Because we are on a new channel, which is in the Twitch down below there. Go down there, or it's just /TeamPGP on YouTube.
Yeah, please subscribe on YouTube because reasons.
I added the URL in the chat so they can follow it.
Quiet sobbing.
Yeah. We saw this coming.
All right, I need a task. What should my task be?
I've been trying to figure that out the entire stream. I
I'm
think
just making walls.
I think
I'm building
okay.
a perimeter.
One task is more iron plates into the main iron plate line, which means smelting more iron plates probably in this little area up here, and then feeding them down. Yeah. So this gap between the coal and the red research station, we need iron plates cooking there.
The coal and the research station.
Yeah, you see where I am on the map?
Oh, right there?
Well, so this line right here that I'm riding on needs more iron plate.
Okay.
And this is really like the only empty spot we've got. Unless you want to do it somewhere else and pipe it over here somehow. I'm researching flight, which I think is a precursor for robots, but that's pretty far down the road.
Okay.
All that money was spent on bots. All the money was spent on building a Great Wall. We have no bots yet.
Did you see the Hillary revelation?
Which one?
They once again, motherfucking Donald Trump was right. They released the investigation records, and one of her excuses for not knowing about the emails was that she suffered a concussion and then a blood clot, and her doctor told her she wasn't allowed to work more than 3 hours a day, and she couldn't remember things.
But she's running for president and totally fine for that.
Well, when does being president require more than 3 hours a day and remembering things?
Is everybody glad it's a holiday weekend? Because I'm sure that about, I don't know, 12% of you are in America where it is a holiday weekend.
Woo woo! Though we may be doing things Monday. Working on stuff. Things are happening.
Did you send the one thing?
I did.
Good. Need to remember the nuclear launch codes. 1337.
It's probably just 1, 2, 3, 4 knowing them. We're gonna fool those Russians. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is the fidelity on my microphone okay? Because I'm using the Shure, and last time I had the gain turned up way too high, so it was clipping and being weird. Hopefully it's okay now.
It's good on Mumble.
Started to make them president. Yes, all of us at the same time. I don't want that title. I'd rather not be making decisions for everybody.
So how many of you guys have never heard of Factorio and would like a tour of the terrible machinery that we've set up here? Because I feel like that some people are like, WTF am I looking at? But maybe not. AJ Kirkoran says, yay, a day off work. But what are you going to do on that day off work?
Sleep in. Woo! Woo! Gonna sleep in tomorrow too.
Lay in bed and worry about having to go back to work.
Oh, we've had the domain for a while, Deegan. We had that from the very beginning. We just never put anything there because it was like, eh.
I think batteries takes us toward robots.
What holiday? It's called Labor Day.
It's where all currently pregnant women immediately go into labor at the same time.
In America, everyone's just born at the same time.
Jolink says 5.25-inch floppy disks makes good security measure because no one uses them. I meant to bring them upstairs. I did not. I've got two 8-inch floppies, and I was going to show you guys. And then we'd probably get banned.
That sentence sounds bad. That sentence alone.
What was the... I saw a headline, but I haven't caught up with it. I think who was the guy who... The politician who sent the dick pic to somebody?
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did something again. I think he took
saw
like
that.
another dick pic, but he had his kid in it.
Just why? Who wants that?
Well, the kid was asleep. Honestly, I mean, in his mind, he probably wasn't even thinking. You know, it's like the child didn't even exist at that moment. But I mean, if once you go through that scandal once, would you ever take another picture of your genitalia?
It's just so beautiful, it needs to be seen.
He clearly thinks that.
I can't be expected to keep this in my pants.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
No.
No,
So
I mean
this-
that's what he would be saying. He would just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
That's him. It's like Anthony, you have to stop showing people. It's like, no, I don't think you understand. Let me show you. Because once you've seen it, you're going to change your mind.
Oh, there was a president who did that. Johnson, which is unfortunate.
Wait, what?
One of the presidents would like whip it out.
Is Johnson the one where there's audio of him ordering pants?
Yeah, I think so. And like, everyone should do this. Like, just open up another tab right now and like look up pictures of Johnson talking to people, because he has like this weird thing about personal space where he will like tower over people and get in their face, and it's really like I feel uncomfortable looking at pictures that happened years and years ago.
If he's the one I'm thinking of, there's this amazing audio. It's a phone recording of him on the phone with a tailor, and he's ordering pants, and he's like, listen, these are the best pants I've ever had, and I need a bunch of them. But the problem is I fluctuate in weight throughout the year, and they cut me right in the balls, just right in the balls. And the guy's like, okay, Mr. President. He's like, no, I need you to leave me a bunch of semen there so they don't cut into my balls.
I'm pretty sure that's Johnson. I could be wrong. Someone could look it up, but
the Secret Servicemen are like, by the way, sir, we have to record all of the calls from now until the end of that is going in the Library of Congress. And then he's just like, oh no.
I don't think he gave a fuck.
yeah, I don't think he cared. We almost have a full perimeter. I'll have to put gates up. I don't know. Did we have to research gates? Or did we have to like, no? No, I think we had to research gates before.
Zod is here. There's no day off work when you are a programmer. After Friday, you just continue to do it in your room, in your underwear. Yeah, true dat. True dat.
It is nice, though, when you don't have to wear a shirt when you're programming.
I feel like my mind is just opened up. Puffed underwear. For the week. Oh, I saw a really good question on Reddit the other day, and I meant to remember. I can't remember what it is now. Like what the... Oh. Okay. So, you have 30 minutes to prepare yourself, and after that 30 minutes is up, everyone on the planet is going to be looking for you to kill you, and you have to survive for 24 hours. What do you do?
30 minutes? Where am I?
You're here. 30 minutes to like figure out what your game plan is for the next 24 hours to stay alive.
From right now?
Yes.
How are they going to locate me?
Well, assuming like everyone in the world is looking for you, I'd assume that they would put out like news broadcasts and everything and like try to track you as much as they can.
I got the perfect hiding place.
30 minutes, though?
Yep.
Yeah, you have 30 minutes to get to it, and hopefully no one sees you go there.
No one would ever find me.
Well, let's hear it.
The the old well shaft in the basement that has a concrete plug on top of it.
See, I think that people
I
would
think they
find
would
you.
come here. Yeah, they would think, oh, he owns this business. Let's like look up and down for him.
No,
Yeah,
no, no. That's not even necessary. It's everybody in the world, which includes us.
Yeah.
You guys, well, if I hadn't told you, I think that you guys would not have known to look there because
No, you've told us about the well before.
it is
I would've
fucking
known to go to the
impossible.
basement.
I don't know if there's a ladder there. It doesn't with the plug in place, you can't even really tell it's there.
Does it have Wi-Fi?
That's what
I
matters.
don't think the Wi-Fi would reach all the way down there. You wouldn't have any 4G either. Do you think? How long do you have to wait this out?
24 hours.
24 hours.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think I would just go into the woods then. Like I would drive as far into the country as I could, and like grab a couple water bottles, and then just maybe a blanket, and starve it out in the woods for 24 hours. That wouldn't be too bad.
That's kind of, I think that's what my thing would be too. Like, there's an area where I go hiking. I think I would just hide up there, maybe.
Christian Nonkin, did we have a chance to look at the Focusrite Scarlet audio interface? I did. The internals look good. I found some pictures of the internals of version 1, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger on this. And then when I went to get it, it was like version 2, and it was like, oh. So, I'm not sure if I should get a version 1, or if they switch the innards to version 2, and I don't know if version 2 is as good as version 1. See, I'm a little gun-shy with that, because I had that with Sony, and Sony would have, like, the Z505, and it's like, this is amazing. And then they had the Z505RX. And then when you bought that one, it's a complete piece of garbage. And so I've been a little gun shy on this model. Oh, it's the same. It's slightly different. That usually means it's shittier.
I'd get a waterproof suit and sit in shit for 24 hours.
But where are you going to get a waterproof suit in 30 minutes?
Yeah, exactly. It has to be stuff you've already got, essentially. Like, I've already got a hiking bag. I can grab that and grab a blanket, and I'd be ready to go.
I got water bottles within like 30 feet of me. I got a full tank of gas. I'm just gonna grab the water bottles but you got to stay warm. I would have to figure out some answer for that.
So you got to keep a blanket. You don't keep a blanket in your car?
I think, like, my mom's always trying to give me like emergency blankets and shit. And I'm never gonna need this. And I end up cleaning the car and getting rid of it.
What if the entire world was looking for you for 24 hours? You might need that blanket. You have different options at night and day. That's true. I guess you'd be out on the night either way, though. At least for a while.
24 hours.
I think this plot has kind of played out, though, because it was, the plot of, like, the Purge movies.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was just for a night, though.
But in those movies, it was everybody against everybody, right? I mean, this is just you.
Yeah, so everyone would be focusing down on you. The thread I saw it in, the guy said too, like, even your family was gonna be like hunting you down because they don't know any better, and they're all gonna want to try and kill you.
See, that makes you're gonna be in the woods, and assuming that people aren't like feral, and they still have all their faculties, then they're gonna be bringing dogs, and they're gonna come and smell your shit at wherever you lived or worked. You probably wouldn't make it.
There's dogs here. I don't have a gun. Do we have stuff to build it's up at the north.
Oh, in the game. I thought you were talking about the dogs that were coming through in the 24-hour period.
No.
Where are they? Oh, here we go.
I forgot to make ammo. Oh, I need to make gun turrets for up there too. Yeah, the majority would have no way to hunt you, but like you have to think like news outlets and stuff would be giving away like, your license plate number and your car info.
No, you got to ditch the car.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Well, no, you got to get as far into the country as you can, and then ditch it. But don't leave the road right there. Just keep walking down the road. You'd have to time it out. Jack Gallo21 donated $2 and says, "Thank you for directing me to Deus Kane's Patreon." Patreon spelled incorrectly. Jack, buddy. Spelling.
Yes. Yeah, Kane has already completed his exit. His Patreon is fully operational.
I have not really looked, but do you guys have a Patreon? No, we don't. Yet.
Yet. Maybe coming soon.
It's slightly outside of our currently. Did you fix that wall?
I am right now.
We need a turret up here. I'm making one. We need...
Good.
we need more motherfucking iron plate. That's what we need. Oh, that's what I was doing. You distract me with the...
Sorry, I didn't have any ammo. I can deal with the rest of this. Put up more walls.
No, I'm talking about the scenario.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was an interesting question the other day. At the very least, you wouldn't want to be near your family because you don't want them to kill you, and then when they snap out of it, oh no, look what I've done.
Well, if they just killed me, they deserve to suffer a little bit. Yeah, you did do that. Why'd you do that?
Explain yourself in a sincere and real way.
Don't just tell me. Don't tell my corpse you're sorry. Aw, thanks, BioBandit. Will it come after Wexit?
Yes, probably.
I am freezing. That's probably a good sign that the air conditioner's working well.
We appreciate you guys.
Did you crank it down to test the new installation window?
I did.
Okay, so that's why you're freezing. I think it feels great.
We're completely trapped in here now. I'll put some openings in, but... One issue with the scenario and going into the wilderness is helicopters and thermal cameras. Oh, I didn't think about thermal cameras.
Yeah, but we're not... there is no perfect answer. You got to do the best you can.
I guess could you cover yourself in mud? Does that work?
No, that doesn't work.
Well, you see,
But Predator told me.
Hypothermia is going to kill you if you don't stay warm. I mean, the mud will eventually heat up even if that did work.
See, chat, I'm building a new factory to process this raw iron into steel, probably. Maybe iron plate. And I've got to build my little harvester robots and then supply them with electricity, which means I got to build electric poles. This game has many layers. This little production line at the bottom here, that's my stuff that I'm making by hand. I guess my suit has like a little built-in mini CNC or something.
Need to go underground? I guess, I don't know if that would be an option, because... You'd have to, there's places to go underground here, but you'd have to drive to get to them, like, and fairly quickly.
Well, there's like old caves and mine shafts in some of the wilderness, but you'd have to know where it is. And that has its own dangers.
Do we complete the research on electric whatever?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Electric fences. Electric furnaces.
No, I started going toward robots.
Okay, that's fine. Chat seemed to be steering us toward coal furnaces anyway.
Way overtime. Oh, Hot Cub Car just got home. Had to work late. Someone was like, if you were the person who had to murder someone and then you snapped out of it after the 24 hours, how would you feel? I think we would all feel pretty devastated. I guess not if you didn't know the person, but...
Well, here's the thing though, like, once they're dead, does the spell immediately break?
That's a good question. I would say yes.
What do you gain from having killed them?
XP, obviously. What kind of smartphone are you using, Wendell?
HTC 10.
Little patch of iron up here. My neighbors are drunk and yelling. I expect plenty of that this weekend. Oh, there's dogs up here. I should avoid this area.
Are we ever going to play Heroes of Might and Magic? Maybe.
Do we have that?
We'll play whatever. I mean, we don't really
Did
care.
somebody donate that?
I've got an old copy, if nothing else. That might not be what he has in mind.
Oh, no, there's a new one.
Ah.
I think somebody offered to give us that. Okay, so we're back on research. What do we want to go toward?
Robots?
I've built my walls and now I don't know what to do. What can I do?
You gotta fulfill the rest of your campaign promises.
What can I do that's not that, though? How about I just play golf?
You can make ammo and make sure we have perimeter defenses.
Oh, that's a good idea. I missed it, but it was something like spastic butthole followed. Thank you.
Spastic butthole, naked wrecking balls, quack, and I3W4V3. Is that like lead speak? Don't know what that would be.
I think I've seen I3V4 or something on the forums, maybe. Explorer says, more walls. I think we should double up on the walls. Wow, almost 1,800 followers.
No, that's oh yeah, almost 1,800.
Yep.
Probably 20 away at this point.
Spastic butthole.
La, 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 la. What's on the menu for Solo Saturday tomorrow?
I don't know.
Oh. Yoinkerman, aliens attack during the day as well. They're like, we call them dogs, I guess they're aliens. The main attraction of the game is you're building a factory, but you have to try and protect it from the aliens. Did you guys actually use higher level math in your careers? I'll answer that and say no, but they may have other answers.
It can be useful, yeah, but I've managed to get away without really having to do any of the hard stuff.
Most of the time you can borrow algorithms from other places.
Yeah, there's usually a library that'll do it for you.
Although, we did use some fairly sophisticated higher math to de-skew QR codes taken from a webcam for a recent project. Azure Ninja, will the email server series continue? Yes. One way or the other.
Making a turret. For web programming, no high level math. Yeah, no, not really at all.
Well, that's not necessarily true if you're gonna like do crazy animation shit with JavaScript.
Oh.
Are you attacking the microphone?
Your mic, yeah.
Oh, did we lose him? Hello?
Fix forever.
Hello? Oh, okay.
Maybe.
You might use advanced math for doing like cool special effects with JavaScript. That's about it. Zod specifically wants us to play Might and Magic 2 from 1996, which is his favorite game. Liquid Media Games uses high-level math. Why don't you tell everybody what you do with high-level math in the programming? It's probably a lot of fun, I'm guessing.
For me, I chose a career in the arts to avoid high level math. When do we see the Qualcomm project? 5 months time or so? No, it has to be published, what, mid-month?
Yep.
It's actually in their hands now. They probably got like a release schedule, don't they? I don't think they intended to just put it out whenever it was possible. I think they have something in mind. Release dates. What channel will that be on? That will be on Tech Syndicate.
The Qualcomm thing, yeah, that definitely will be.
Another turret. Steel. It's always steel.
So check it out, chat. We've got our oil production facilities. We've got our 2 oil wells here into the oil refinery. The oil refinery produces 3 products: petroleum gas, heavy crude, and light crude. Mainly we're using petroleum gas right now to produce sulfur, which we convert into sulfur dioxide? Sulfuric acid. And we can use that in other stuff. But we need to crack either heavy or light crude because when our tanks fill up, the production will stop unless we add more tanks or whatever. We need to crack either heavy or light into more petroleum gas.
I don't think we have cracking yet, do we?
Do we not? I'm gonna build a facility and hope that we do.
We got electric furnace finally.
Wendell, have you watched the Pure Ponage series?
I don't think that I have.
It's nice to know you'll still be part of the tech.
Uh, somebody maybe didn't get the memo.
It'll all be clear in 5 days.
Which is always 5 days.
That's bullshit. We don't know when it'll be clear, but God, the issue is definitely being pressed in terms of answers.
Liquid Media Game says, not programming, but electronic circuit engineering testing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, I've used the shit out of the right-hand rule for, like, everything. Like, when I'm doing the little hobby electronics thing, so... Yeah. And, Zod says he uses some matrix math for some 3D stuff. You know, I did matrix math that I learned from programming in linear algebra in college, and the professor did not believe that computerized mathematics had gotten to a point where you could do matrix multiplication like the way that I was doing, and that they couldn't believe it because it was way easier. Yes, that's right. Not terrible in every way.
Brexit was not terrible. You're all falling for the fucking propaganda. What makes Brexit terrible? Reducing government. Reducing government is always what you want. Until we get down to like Stone Age level, then it's okay to add a little government. Just a little.
Just to keep people from murdering each other in the streets?
Literally, murder and theft and rape. A couple of other things. And you're done. Roads. Roads are good. I'll even take a couple of food inspectors, that kind of thing. Not what we have, not FDA, but something.
Krista, what do you do day to day? I'm a web designer. I think someone asked that earlier.
I think professional Overwatch player is more descriptive.
I don't want to brag, but I do want to brag. That's why I'm telling you guys. I was playing some Overwatch with the peeps before the stream started, and I think it was 3 plays of the game in a row.
I don't think it's fair to say that you do web design, because you do design, and it is for the web, but you can also do CSS and all the little nitty gritty stuff like that really well.
The theming, yeah. I feel like you need to be able to do that, though. There's lots of designers who can't.
One would think, but that is not actually the case.
Yeah, well, I mean, we work with some quote-unquote designers who can't use Photoshop.
Oh yeah, that one client.
I could be like, we need to fix this. Okay, so do you know how to use SSH? What's that? Okay, how about FTP? What's that?
I like the PSD where it's like there's a folder with some layers in it, and then inside that folder is another folder that has a previous version of those same layers, and then inside that folder is another one. It's like they've just been copy pasting the same folder into the same folder as the design evolves, and then you end up with like a 3 gigabyte PSD for no reason.
There's a site that you should all check out if you ever are interested in design and start doing it. There's a site called Photoshop Etiquette, and everyone should have to read that like it's their Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like I don't understand it, because not only is it basic courtesy, it helps you as well. Instead of if you have to make a change, instead of having to dig through 20 million layers, you can make it really fast because everything's already organized.
Listen, we live in a world where people won't move their fucking arm 6 to 9 inches to flip a turn signal. You think they're going to do that?
I don't get it. I don't understand it. Why would you handicap yourself like that?
Why would you endanger your life and the lives of others?
Just use GIMP. I've tried GIMP before. I've given GIMP several chances over the years, and I can't get it. I can't get into it. Wish I could. It's I feel like it's just clunky, something like with the UX of it, and it's probably just because I'm used to Photoshop now. But
Damien Anton does fractal math animation. I met Benoit Mandelbrot before he died.
Your robots are ready. We got robot research. I hope we have all the shit that they need to be constructed.
I need advanced circuit.
Is that red?
No, it's plastic bars, so now I need light cracking so I can make plastic.
how am I with JavaScript? Not great. I can usually like suss out what's happening, but I can't write it from scratch very well at all.
Did I check out Terminator yet? As a matter of fact, it's on my Linux machine, but I haven't actually done anything with it yet.
Electric engines.
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, you're against Brexit because it affects you directly. You and fucking Zero Straws, but on the whole, it's better.
The immigration thing, they'll work out pretty quick, I think. Because that can be done by treaty pretty easily.
And I'll tell you what, here's my theory. I think Brexit and Trump are why we now have these YouTube terms of service. Because I think mainstream media is not able to keep up the narrative anymore. People are tuning out, and they have to get control of the new media. And that's a big part of that. Got to be able to squash that dissent. And you better believe that Brexit will fall under one of those, what was it they said? Controversial topics?
Yeah, controversial topics, yeah. AJ Corcoran asks what we thought about the PreSonus sound gear. That's probably, I'll probably end up picking up one of those at some point, because it looked really good. It looked just about perfect. Probably would have already, except there was like a version 1, version 2 thing. I'll probably get the version 1.
Someone randomly went in and dropped a $500 a month pledge for Kane. That's cool.
That's awesome.
No, I think you might be talking about the tech,
Oh.
No.
which.
I think Kane's at DragonCon, and so he's doing a lot of really fun stuff at DragonCon. But yeah, his Patreon is up and running for those of you that may have just joined. Which is good, because, yeah. Shenanigans. Shenanigans! Ah! It's all good. I'm happier with Factorio. Look at this. This Factorio factory is awesome, and it's not completely disorganized. Except for this oil production facility. Jesus Christ, it's already off the rails in the oil production facility. But that's okay, because these oils will be empty soon, and we can just dismantle this and move it somewhere else.
Move all these jobs. You're just gonna fire all these people like some sort of heartless wench.
We're gonna move these jobs to China.
As a beginner with VPS, should I set everything up in Docker containers? I think that if you will commit to learning enough about Docker, being a VPS noob, you will have an easier time recovering in the event of a disaster and making sure that your shit is backed up properly. That said, it's not quite as easy as doing it on bare metal, but you will be more secure for it in the long run, because when there's an update or when something shits the bed or whatever, having that Docker, the YAML file that configures your machine, I think you're going to be in a better position to deal with it.
I want to make a gate for all the walls, but I can't do that until we have the research for it, I don't think.
Oh,
There might be trains, I think, maybe. Hello, White Breath. Hello.
White
It's a,
breath?
yeah, I don't recognize that name. It's a purple name. I don't know if they picked purple or if Twitch picked purple for me.
it's different for everybody. You know that, right?
You can pick your own color. I assume that shows up for everybody, but maybe it doesn't.
No, because the stream computer shows me different colors than my computer.
Is my name always pink though?
I don't know.
Riddle me this.
Banana.
Are you saying so? Like, if you specifically choose a color, that might be true.
Hunter AP23 says tabs are spaces for white space.
Tabs.
Spaces.
I just write CSS, but I prefer tabs because it looks cleaner.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been working with a PDF generation library this week, and Vim, it does one or the other. When you copy paste, it does weird things. Never experienced that before. I've painted myself into a corner here.
What do you guys think of gummy bears? I'm assuming M&Ms are preferable. I'm okay with gummy bears. They're not my favorite. I'll tell you where it's at. It's Welch's fruit snack.
Gummy snacks, I've never been a huge fan of any of them.
Have you had the ones that are downstairs right now?
No.
Oh, you gotta get in on that hype train.
I mean, if I'm gonna eat sugar, I'm not going gummy snack.
Have I tried NAS for free? Not in a while. I think I probably need to retry it.
Shit.
Alerted to Worma Wendell eating them M&Ms. Did I miss something? No, I had some.
Hello, Dead Jupiter. Thank you for the follow. Need sugar-free. Aren't those the ones that like cause you to have massive diarrhea?
That's the Haribo
Yeah.
sugar-free gummy. Yeah, that's. I've never tried them, but that's the Amazon reviews. If they're to be believed, you will basically just shit liquid. After you
Yeah, a
eat.
torrent of fire.
Torrent of fire.
That's what I've heard. The Amazon reviews are worth reading for the sugar-free gummy bears.
In my head, I heard that guy that sings Burning Ring of Fire song. And
Johnny Cash.
yeah, Johnny Cash, but it was a Tor of Fire. Or a torrent of fire. And I don't know, it was really funny in my head.
I'm exploring because I don't know what to. Actually, I probably shouldn't explore with the full inventory.
I think if you just changed it to "My asshole is a burning ring of fire," that would be perfect. I'm surprised no one's done that. They probably have.
Maybe spastic asshole or whatever it was earlier.
That was butthole.
It was spastic
Someone-
butthole.
Be careful,
Green-
PG.
You'll be spray painting. Oh, that's a mental image I didn't need.
Do you guys prefer screen resolution or refresh rate? Are we talking about playing a game or? I mean, you got to take resolution for work.
Yeah, anything above 60 hertz. Like if it's a choice between 4K at 30 hertz in less than 4K at 60 hertz. God, that's a tough choice. Yeah, first time with ZFS. The ZFS is a really cool file system. I still need basic oil processing.
Oh, I can't make floors either yet.
Alertitube says that Linus Tech Tips, I guess, is streaming in 720p 60. Interesting. We should maybe try that and see how that goes. Like, try a couple things, because everybody seems to really like the 60 hertz.
We ought to this weekend, depending on how much other stuff we do, look into the Nginx move and experiment with that shit.
Oh yeah, that's a really good idea. Are we gonna do the external thing too, so that we can, like, Mumble and everything could run on that machine?
Yeah, we could try that. I would certainly help solve the other robot problem we get sometimes. Windows signs large CRT monitors?
I do! Yes, I didn't land.
Oh,
Oh.
God.
Is the person... What?
Did you just destroy your
Bump your
microphone
mic, yeah.
I did indeed bump my mic. The cable for it's in yonder, so it's kind of like...
In
So-
yonder.
It's a little, Yeah, I did in fact sign a CRT at Land Syndicate. It was a nice CRT, though.
Can you still buy a CRT?
Yeah, so the CRT that he had was like one of those fancy, I think, Trinitron, maybe? I don't remember. It's one of those really fancy widescreen, super high resolution, super high refresh rate CRTs. I woke up all the lurkers. Better than waking up Cthulhu.
Or worse, the lounge. Actually, I think most of the lounge is here.
Oh, look at that sweet iron plate. So good.
Have you guys applied for partnership yet? We have not, though if the numbers keep up, we may do so very soon.
Why y'all want to watch this shitty ass game stream? I mean, look, it's so... I'm telling you, Factorio's a lot of fun. It really is.
As you can tell, me running around placing walls. Though it is actually fun to get your stuff all up and running and like figure out the best way to make it more efficient. We've already launched a rocket in this game, but only once. We've played it a lot.
48. I think it took 42 hours to launch that rocket.
And then there's like a speed run who did it in like 3.
But ours was better.
It was more
better,
beautiful.
Yeah, it was a better user experience. Had a smoother ride. Nicer paint. Smelled nice. We're all here, you guys. I think you accidentally a word there. And not the game, and you know it. Alright. From now on, it's all Overwatch.
You laugh.
And we go from 150 viewers to 5.
Doesn't Twitch partnership want 500 plus? That's what they say in their little document. It doesn't seem to be the case from
Literally
seeing
every
other
channel I
people's-
watch.
Yeah. But I do think they want more consistency than we have. So, I mean, we've done this. This is our third plus 100, maybe our fourth.
I think we've had two 100 plus before when we were doing Factorio the first round.
And it's tapering, so we have to see how much of the drama viewers we keep after this.
I guess we could put the shoe on the other foot. Anybody there have any news that they saw this week that they have any questions about? Can't guarantee I will have read the article about it. Been a little preoccupied. But hey, if I've read it, you know, yeah, there we go. We can talk about it. Actually, Grizzle probably will have read it. He reads more news than I do. So, yeah.
Current speedrun is under 2 hours.
It's outrageous.
Liquid Media Games did his in 4, so yeah.
That's ridiculous. I don't believe it.
George Broughton says he knows a few companies that still make CRTs. There are
What is-
specialty applications or general sales, like consumer electronics or industrial applications, though.
What's the application?
For CRTs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm curious too. Have I heard about LibreVault?
Hipster.
I have not. Why don't you fill us in?
What was it?
Rust Belt was asking us if we've heard of LibreVault.
I thought you said liver ball. Is that
Yeah.
is that a new sport?
Oh,
Am I
laser
sad
transfer
about the SpaceX rocket? I mean, I guess it's kind of sad. Nobody died, right? That was unmanned.
That was unmanned.
That sounds right. Yeah.
My favorite thing about that is Elon Musk is like, no, let's not call it an explosion. It was an uncontrolled thermal runaway.
God, see, that's the kind of bullshit. That's why they changed the YouTube terms of service, because everybody's trying to control the narrative. That's crazy. I don't know what's happened to us as a country and a people.
If you guys have not seen the George Carlin skit on that, you guys should really watch it, because there isn't a more succinct summary of that, because it's the skit where he's talking about, in World War I it was shell-shocked, and in World War II it was something else, and then by the time Vietnam rolled around, they called it battle fatigue, and now it's
PTSD.
yeah, post-traumatic stress disorder, and it's just it gets even more watered down. Shell shock, it sends the right message. Somebody is not PTSD; they are shell shocked.
Did you see the story? This is kind of this is bringing us down a little bit, but there was a guy that went to a VA, and he went in and he was like, "Listen, I'm fucked up in the head. You need to help me." And the receptionist was just like, "I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. You're gonna have to leave." And he went out and got in his car and killed himself.
Wow.
And this
That's
is
sad.
after all that big thing about, like, we're gonna fix the VA hospitals. There's not gonna be wait times anymore. And it's just like, what the fuck?
LibreVault is apparently going to be a good open source sync utility. I've been very satisfied with SyncThing. I've got a bunch of little rules and stuff set up for SyncThing. SyncThing has been great for me. It's maybe a slightly different use case if you're talking about peer-to-peer syncing. Although SyncThing can kind of do that, but I wouldn't want to do SyncThing on the public internet with random strangers. Wow, we got a bunch of questions.
Oh, I missed him.
Something channel. Yes, that's the plan. Don't know what it will be yet.
Gotta see what's up.
Azure Ninja asks what we think about Trump visiting Mexico. We talked about that a little earlier. NSA leaks and the rest is for sale. Any comments? Yes. Snowden, on the NSA tools leak, Snowden had a lot of really interesting things to say about that, in that they were older tools and where they came from and blah blah blah. He thought it was a message from Russia that was like, "We know your we know your games, comrade.
Comrade.
We're gonna do worse than this if you guys don't stop blaming us for your internal shit."
That is a big meme in the government. It's like, any little thing happens and fucking Putin gets the blame. It's almost comical at this point.
I thought I had.
Now we need batteries and electric motors.
Batteries we can't self-craft. We have to make a loop for that. Now we could go ahead and move the... Oh no, we can't. We kind of fucked ourselves here.
I got it, maybe.
Well, we still could. We could move the main loop down and work on batteries. Yeah, okay, I'll start on that.
B batteries. Of course, it doesn't have power. There it goes.
Apparently the code quilty wasn't that high. The code quilty for what?
Here's to see what they do, who gets products. Oh.
Oh, Deacon Six says the code quality wasn't very high in regard to the NASA tools. Well, I'm not too surprised. I mean, that's not. There was a computer scientist that analyzed them, and it was like blah blah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But see, you can't think of it that way. It's not really a big deal that the code quality was not up to snuff, because I'll tell you exactly how it is internally there. This is just a guess, but it's probably how it really is. There's a huge library of little pieces of functionality, and so think of like the NSA Stack Overflow, and the two or three like savant level super geniuses are populating this Stack Overflow of spook tools, if you will. And the it's like, yeah, this is how you exploit the BIOS. This is how you get a UEFI Trojan. This is how you air gap. This is how you whatever. And so probably idiot analysts are copy pasting from this spook Stack Overflow into this for specific tools, and then they just hammer at it until they get the code to run. And the reason they do that is twofold. One, it's because they're tailoring the tool to the specific thing that they want to do, and two, it avoids malware detection, and it helps defeat analysis, because most people don't realize, but almost all malware detection today is based on um, signature detection, meaning that the program is not analyzed for what it's doing. That is too slow. Instead, fingerprints of specific known bad things are checked, because that can be done quickly. If you had to like analyze what a program was doing with some type of heuristic and figure out if it was bad or good, it's going to run like ass. And even the heuristic for known bad signatures is so complicated that it's just not gonna. It's not even really feasible to do that anymore. That's why a lot of consumer antivirus programs run like ass. A lot of corporations have switched to whitelist only binaries, meaning that the executable programs are cryptographically signed, and if your encryption certificate is not on the list, the computer will not run the program. And that's that's bad for small software developers and things like that, but it's good for corporations because they can control exactly what software is allowed to run on their machines. And that whitelist only is way less complicated and way less costly than an antivirus program, and it doesn't have any gaps like an antivirus program would with running unknown malware or malware that doesn't have a signature. Sorry, long answer. I just want some iron pipes. All right, so check it out. This is what we got going on. I got plastic production up here, and then we got sulfuric acid. There's a tank of sulfuric acid here, but we're gonna use that to make batteries. I just need to make some iron pipes to go from here to there. But I'm handcrafting some red circuits down here for my RoboPort. And so I've got to, because I'm making this by hand instead of making it in a factory, hence the name Factorio, then, that. Because these things are factories, and so you can set up a factory to do production of a specific thing, and we really should have a factory that's producing red circuits, for example, and we do have factories for green circuits. That's the thing that's number 3 down there, and the copper wire, that's the snake-looking thing. So, yeah.
So I've split the main bus off to the bottom here, so we can do something down here if we need to.
Deacon Six says, I hadn't thought of it like that, but that seems like what would be happening with small code snippets. Yeah, it's not like they're building tools for to solve specific problems from larger libraries, and the people that are actually using the tools are just hacking it together like the way that a sysadmin would. Nick Trotsky says, "Thank you so much for showing me the light. Yesterday I went to University Surplus and got an Optiflex 960 for $63 with an HD 3850 and a 320 gigabyte RAID array. Thank you." What was the CPU? Because you can ditch that 3850 and get something reasonable. And I made this asks, how about more reverse direction perimeter security, i.e. firewalls looking inwards? Yeah, the security, the way that I saw one security researcher describe it was like, you know, the hard outer shell with the creamy nougat center. Corporate networks are not built that way anymore. At least they shouldn't be. Everything has to be hardened, from the printers to whatever. I mean, it's not like you really should have like your printers and your phones and shit like that on VLANs that are completely locked down. No workstation should be connecting directly to a printer after the whole like Chinese exploit of printers and shit like that. I mean, you'd be surprised.
I think the Harambe thing is the parents' fault. Absolutely it is.
I like that they released a statement like, please stop making memes, and it was like, do you know what you've just done?
Nick Trotsky's E8400. Well, you got to keep looking at university surplus, because I can tell you a lot of universities are surplusing Sandy Bridge right now. Lot of Dell and HP surplus. Sandy Bridge i5s, a few i7s. You get the small form factor ones. You can always get it. I mean, nobody wants the small form factor machines, but honestly, if you put a reasonable power, I mean, just hack it and put a reasonable power supply in it. Graphics card, it's fine. It really is. Core 2 Quad's a little too old for my taste, but a Sandy Bridge i5, nah, it's fine.
Harambe simulator on Steam. I saw that. That's just...
Isn't that just sleep darting? I guess you don't sleep dart him. Sleep darting Winston in Overwatch?
No, they killed him. They shot him with a live bullet.
There is nothing better than sleep darting someone.
Which is bullshit, because they should have tossed him in there. Or just opened the door and be like, alright, go fetch him. He's your problem. Also, we were talking about this earlier. $20 DLC for Ark?
Yeah.
What? It's not
What?
even playable.
What? Arc like we were playing?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still it's early access. Still just absolute shit. Combat, it's unplayable. But now there's $20 DLC.
Oh, if the combat was better, I think the game would be a lot of fun, but it's just, like, the only way you can level up is by killing things, and it sucks to try and kill things.
Harambe versus Brock Lesnar. A lot of people don't realize how strong apes are. I mean, it's like you wouldn't even have a chance. No human would.
Yeah, they've got 300 more million years. 300. No, God, what is wrong with me? Jesus Christ. They've got how long is it? Like 3 million years?
Since primates, I don't even know.
I think that, well, see, they've been evolving parallel to us. It's not like their evolution is frozen. And so they have 3 million more years of evolution without things like society and fire to help them survive. So their skeletal system and their musculature is much better and more efficient than ours. So in terms of like ripping your face off without even thinking about it, yeah, that is no problem.
It's chimps that like to rip off faces, isn't it? There's like more than one story about that happening.
all the aggression of a New Yorker with all the strength of Hulk Hogan in a small compact package.
Well, I mean, the Hulkster these days, he probably would. He's not that strong. He's broken down. He was beaten by Gawker.
What are your thoughts about the recent news on antibiotic resistance?
We're gonna have to go with retrovirals, maybe. I don't know. If there's anybody that's like really
Viral
good
for antibiotic?
yeah, well, so
That doesn't make sense.
somebody in the audience help me understand this, because I haven't found a good resource for this. But the Russian army had some kind of retrovirals and like Russia, instead of researching antibiotics, researched virus manipulation to deal with antibiotic-like functionality, and I think we've come full circle. And so there were a couple medical cases where, like the whole flesh-eating bacteria thing, and it's like, oh, we can't cure with antibiotics, blah blah blah. Some people went to Russia and had the viral treatment to have the virus attack whatever it was that was the flesh-eating bacteria, and that cured them of flesh-eating bacteria. But not a lot of research is done with it because it would be easy to weaponize the viruses.
Something terrible's happened down here with our assembly lines.
Yeah, Hexit knows what I'm talking about. I'm definitely not a student of biology, and the chemistry that I know is more related to the physics of the chemistry. So,
I forgot what I was doing. Furnaces. And I need power now.
shit, we're gonna need lubricant.
Let's get me on the soundboard.
That's what she said.
After this week, you're definitely going to need some lubricant.
Aww. Trying to be nice. Just doesn't work out ever.
Wet platinum. Sounds like a strip club. Alien technology. We can research alien technology.
That's the thing. Has that always been there?
Oh, that gives you the purple research.
I sound like I'm in a bottle of lala. Oh, maybe because it's echoey in here. What does that mean?
I don't know what is going on with these. Did you make some changes down here, Wendell?
I don't think so.
Nope. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna do here.
Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
chests. That's right.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's the room I'm in.
Just wait till it gets a little colder.
Then you get to hear the boiler snake. That's a real treat.
Any office update vids? The office has kind of been... It's backseated lately. But... we might be able to work on that some this weekend.
It just needs that trim up, really. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And I gotta find a desk. I keep forgetting to look for one.
A little bit of paint.
We just put the drawings over the paint.
Green Tomaton says, I'm really excited about the 4-way shootout thing. Yeah, me too.
I think I found a bug.
Did you?
Oh no, I see what's happening. Yeah. Yeah, okay, I see.
What future projects can we expect from Wendell Grizzle increase the team?
I think it's going to take us a while to find a voice. So we're probably going to have a little bit of everything. I would guess. But you guys probably have a better answer than that. That answer sounded better in my head. So
We have a couple of ideas for stuff to start with, but yeah, we got a lot of ideas actually, and we're probably going to try a bunch of them and just see what people will put up with.
yeah, everything can't be a $17 million production because ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, some of these ovens are making copper. I don't know how to stop that.
We've got more iron production going on over here. More plates. I'm just having to put them in chests right now.
But it's polluting our lines.
No. It's like totally separate from the other base. It's where that big deposit of iron was. I think Wendell set up some mining stuff, but it wasn't doing anything. It was just collecting it.
Oh yeah, I did not finish setting that up. I got distracted.
Yeah, so it's putting a bunch of iron plates in chests right now if we want to do something with it.
Take your time with videos. I'll be supporting you guys all the way. Right now, it's not... Well, I guess it's a combination of us not being ready. This was... I guess I won't say it's unexpected, but the severity and the timing was unexpected.
Yeah, that's a good
So
way to put
we're
it.
unprepared. But on top of being unprepared, there's still, things going on that have to be dealt with.
Orderly exit. Orderly exit.
Text it.
Nope. Don't want to shirk responsibility or just flip shit and leave or anything like that. That's not how we do things, no matter what the circumstances.
You'll see the Qualcomm video, and that's actually... We're not in it, but
our work's in it.
yeah, most of the work is us.
And so many more. Because it was like, hey, let's do 6 weeks of work in 3 weeks. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
Kermit
would've
says
been
just get
nice
mad
to
and
do
shut
more,
the
but-
stream down. It's like, God, it would be neat if I could get pissed off enough to flip my desk. I've got a U-shaped wraparound desk in here. It's like flip my
It'd be
desk.
impressive.
I think you'd have a serious back injury after you do that.
I have to get like staples and I sit like this on stream all the time. I made this as like, oh, you're gonna blink SOS again. I'm just a troll, little bit of a troll.
Everyone's got a little troll in them. Everyone's got a little bit of spray after a kill in them.
God, you know what we should have done? We should have documented your progression from FPS noob to teabag and spray. Because how many months did that take? I mean, it was...
About a year.
Has Overwatch been out a year? No way.
Well, no, I mean, no, it's not been out a year, but when I first started, I mean, I played some games, but a lot of the games we played were new to me.
Yeah, but
I
you
mostly
weren't...
played Minecraft and
Yeah, okay, so you played Skyrim, but what competitive first-person shooters did you play?
I didn't play anything competitive. I played Gmod, but that was more goofy. That wasn't
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you started out with Overwatch, and you were like, oh, this is kind of fun. And now, X months later...
Oh, okay. That's probably 2 or 3 months. It's kind of sad. I don't think I've ever seen Wendell mad. Come on, guys, let's get him fired up. It takes a long time, and it is a cold anger. It's not like a fiery hot anger. It's a cold anger, and you don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
See, I think one of the beautiful things is There are other people who also have never seen that. And
I
when
don't
they
know.
do, oh, has it happened before?
No, no. I mean, I just with the thing. Well, I don't know. I guess that's not really.
And I think on some level, they don't think that can happen.
Speaking from experience, no. Wendell's not been super angry with me, as far as I know.
No.
If he was, he hit it very well.
No. Most of the time, the only reason to get really angry is, when. Well, there's usually not very much of a reason to get super angry, anytime really. But
Well, I think you might have found one.
yeah, yeah. Once or twice, when it's just so egregious that it's like, no, this is wrong. This cannot be allowed to stand.
I think that's one of the things that makes me angry is like that wasted potential.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what makes me furious. So like, I can deal when like someone comes up to me and says, "I want to do this really dumb thing on the website," and it's like, okay, that's fine. But then it's like, if they say they want to do all these awesome things and they don't do it, that makes me really, really angry. Because it's like, we could have done this really cool thing and like, but you just ruined it. Why? Why would you do this?
Me, on the other hand, I'm ready to kill 30% of the people just driving to work. If you don't use your turn signal, I want you to die. And yeah, you might have kids, whatever. I don't care. You need to go.
What are the plans with PGP? Will you three continue doing this? That is the immediate plan, yes.
this is always a really honestly for the last year, even for all the other content that I've been doing. This has been really good to connect with the audience and get ideas and talk to you guys and be like, I have this idea for this dumb thing that I want to do. Is there a way that we can do it? It's going to cost a few bucks to do it, or it's going to take some time. Is it worth it? Is there kind of encouragement? Because you guys are the super fans. You're not here for the gaming. I mean, we get that. The gaming helps us not murder everyone on the planet. But being able to talk to you guys, we sort of get some ideas for stuff. So it's a symbiotic relationship. We get something out of it. You get something out of it. It's nice.
I think Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation had the best description because he does his little Let's Play thing. And the way he describes it is you need people to discuss, but you also need an idiot. And in this, someone to abuse. And in this situation, the game is the idiot.
Yes.
I mean, Factorio, it's an okay game. It's not too idiotic, but
I just like it as a friend. It wants more, but
I had a thing with it once upon a time, but it's, it just kind of cooled down. So we don't talk about it.
As soon as this one is done, can you do basic oil processing?
What do we? Oh, you're talking about research? Yeah. I'm trying to clean up this fucking. Our copper is. If you could just route this copper out, I think that's the answer. Basic oil processing, you say?
Yes.
Advanced oil processing.
can we keep the book section of the forums, please? We'll look into it.
Gonna try my best.
Any more planning done on the PGP prom? That'll be something that'll come down the road. And we discussed it today. We were on there earlier, and there's going to be a moon bounce at the PGP prom. That's been decided. If you haven't been on a moon bounce, 10 out of 10 would recommend.
You're all gonna have to sign a waiver, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. How did we get away with that at my prom? In high school, we had like an after prom, and we had a moon bounce the entire time, but we didn't have to sign any kind of waiver.
Well, it was a simpler time,
Yeah.
Even then. Professionals promming poorly. Is promming an actual verb? Partying. Because a prom is technically a party.
Shit, I wrecked the.
Yeah. Well, you can just turn this one. Oh no. Yeah, you can turn this. Can you turn this one sideways? Maybe not.
No, because it's underground. Shit.
Is that a bouncy? Yeah, it's a bouncy castle, but it's like a bigger one. They had like all kinds of different ones. Moon bounces are larger, I think.
Because it'll bounce you to the moon. Get it? Wait a minute. Advanced oil processing takes blue. We can't do that.
I just think basic oil processing.
We've got oil processing.
We do?
Yeah.
It says
How-
basic. I can't select it. Why can't I select it?
What are you trying to select?
Oh, I've got the wrong kind of building. God damn it. I'm an idiot. Oh. I'm a moron. Sorry.
Remember some kids were on with those and they got tossed in the air? I remember that. It like flew, the castle flew around. That was kind of funny, actually.
Totally worth it. Don't even. Ours were indoors. It was all in like the gym.
You'd think that they'd have the presence of mind to maybe tether that, but I guess that was a serious wind. How does someone die in a bouncy castle? Well, it could be like a heart attack. Maybe you've got something sharp in your pocket. Rust Belt donated $10, says donating for bad jokes, Grizz. Bad jokes?
Thank you.
I don't
Thanks.
tell bad jokes.
Only the
I might have to-
highest quality.
Might have to refund that $10 because that was donated in air.
Oh, do we not? Oh, we do. Do we not actually have any gun ammo in here?
Zod says it would be nice to see Grizzle. If he's a bit shy, he can use the Windows sustained identity release technique.
You should just wear a paper bag over your head like your GTA character.
I think that would get uncomfortable for 3 hours.
It'd be fine. You don't worry about suffocating. It's fine.
Yeah, we're, it's probably in the near future that we're going to have to give up our precious anonymity. Let your
Mainly
Phil-
Barry.
let your filthy memes and 4chan have at us.
I've seen some of the pictures you guys have posted, but you just use my avatar from Twitter, and that's hilarious.
Funny thing is, she looks exactly like that.
I'm actually a puppet.
It's really weird to watch that eat lunch every day.
There's a hand that comes out and grabs the food.
How
AJ
can Wendell...
Wait, go ahead.
Go ahead. How can Wendell be playing here and making a topic for the new tech episode at the same time?
Bot confirmed.
Oh yeah, if we do form, we need to have like a special bot called like Postbot.
Oh, so was there an upload?
Oh.
Must be.
Were all questions answered on the 5th day? 4chan is 97% in love with Wendell. It is amazing, isn't it?
It's hilarious.
Deeply embarrassing.
I didn't know they were capable of love, but
You've
it's
done
like
it.
that scene in The Grinch where his black heart is warmed for one moment by the children's love. That's how you are with 4chan.
They're the Grinch's heart, is what you're saying, and then Wendell
the-
is Wendell.
they're the
Wendell is
Grinch.
Cindy Lou Who. Someone Photoshop Wendell's face on Cindy Lou Who, please.
My
Calling 4chan.
I think it's entirely probably around my unrelenting ability to laugh in the face of the most ridiculous, absurd, cringy, rage-inducing, heart attack, aneurysm-inducing situations, and just something. It's got to be a brain injury. It's like, oh yeah, I'll just laugh it off. It'll be fine.
This is fine. I love that comic of the dog. Where the dog's like drinking a cup of coffee and everything's on fire around him.
This is fine.
This is fine. I am okay with the events that are currently happening.
I've got 100 batteries. Oh shit, my thing got done. Oh, it's huge. That's not good.
What thing?
My thing that's gonna process my raw stuff into something usable.
Do we have a place batteries are going?
Yeah, there's batteries in the battery factor, or I've got 100 if you need some.
I was gonna make some laser turrets, along with the gun turrets we've already got.
Alright, give me 1 second.
If we're gonna have laser turrets, you might want to build some capacitors too. Because I don't think the old power grid will handle it.
Alright, I put 50 batteries in.
In where? Oh, okay, over here.
Russ Built Nick says for my new project, Brian Lunduke and I should argue about Fedora. I'll see if I can't arrange that. He may or may not have been one of the original patrons, which is interesting. He's a nice guy. I ordered a book from him. I don't think it ever came.
You can argue about that too.
Punch him in the face. Where's my mac and cheese?
That's what I'll tell him with the missing book.
I'm trying to think of the optimal place to put laser turrets. Probably one south and then maybe one north. We've only been attacked in like 2 places. The dogs don't seem to care that much. We've like hit the jackpot in terms of where we set up this time.
I don't know, because it looks like to the west, we're just about to anger the dogs.
What is the button to toggle? What should we call it? Pollution.
Alt.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. There's some reaching upward. Only Brett Keys. I was referencing 30 Rock.
Loser.
30 Rock is a great show.
Still in the air?
No. It's on Netflix though, you can watch the whole thing. And I have like 3 times now. I like their music too. Along with Always Sunny, I like their opening and I like 30 Rocks as well.
You know what you guys should all check out, speaking of Brian Lunduke, is Russ Belt. No, it wasn't the kids' book, it was the other book. But it was Lunduke has a really amazing interview with Richard M. Stallman, but he would not let it be posted to YouTube. And so it's on archive.org. But it's amazing, but it's got like 1,000 views. And so you, my army of brilliant special people, should go check that out, because it is a tragedy that it's only got 1,000 views, and you should share it with your friends and family and share it at the top of your lungs, because it's a great video with Richard M. Stallman. It really is.
Share it at the top of your lungs, just at all times when you're walking around, just be repeating the URL as loud as you can.
That would be amazing. Like you're in New York City and people are just walking down the street and you're just screaming, archive.org/blah blah blah.
They gotta put the protocol in there too.
HTTP :
You know, I've had worse happen in New York City.
Very Wet Fingers is now following. Thank you. I guess.
Oh, and Macaroni Jesus too.
Thanks.
They're all asking for a link. Can you tab out and grab it? Oh, someone else found it.
Somebody found
Oh,
it.
alright, good.
They're so good. They're so quick about it.
Deacon 6. Is that the one with Brian Lunduke? I don't remember it having Punk Cast in it, but maybe not.
Oh, I think there's some confusion. Compromise in free software, is that what it was?
It's the one that has Brian Lunduke.
There's your gates.
Yes! Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Can't wait for us to get cement so I can cover the whole floor in cement.
Concrete?
Yeah. So then we can move really fast and you don't have to hear the little sound of your feet pitter-pattering on the grass. We'll have a cold place to sleep at night.
Wait a minute. In what twisted world is concrete more silent than grass?
In this planet, there's some sort of special thing that makes it more quiet. Okay, I'm gonna build some gates up here. No, we haven't had to leave the factory much, which is probably good.
Well, the dogs are really passive here.
Did you change a setting on this when you guys started it?
I think Windows set this one up.
I think I gave us. I think I made the oil more plenty, but I don't remember tweaking the dogs. Snowblind 623 has the right one. Yep. Yeah, compromise and free software.
Tactical XO. Is that tactical hugs and kisses? Oh, sweet.
Well, we could definitely use some of those.
Does that mean they're like strategically placed? I don't understand.
You know, I am thinking in the interim. I am thinking of having a garage sale. You guys, would you guys like to buy some random junk that I've got floating around? Because, yeah, I need Actually, you know, I really want to build a Farnsworth fuser. So if there's anybody in the audience that would like to work that out for me, let me know. Like, I don't, I know how to build one. I've got some of the parts. I just don't have time. So if you want to build me a Farnsworth fuser, I'll send you the parts or we can work something out. That would be a lot of fun because I really, really want to be able to say I've got a fusion reactor in my basement. That's all. No other reason other than, yeah, there's a fusion
You want to be
reactor.
on that list?
Yeah, I want to be on that list. Well, see, in Richmond, Virginia, there's like a convention that I've always wanted to go to. It's not really a convention. It's just more like about 100 people gather at this guy's house. It's like the amateur fusion club or something. And it's been like 10 years since I wanted to do this, and I just never have gotten around to it. But yeah, I want to. The time has come for me to build a fusion reactor.
You should make business cards that say, I have a fusion reactor in my basement and nothing else, and just hand those out.
Hi, what's your name? Look at the card.
The only thing you got to be careful about is the X-ray radiation, but I figure I can point that to the ground and it'll be fine.
Yeah, that should be no problem.
It's cool. We'll just have a couple X-ray detectors just for fun. Goshimi says, good luck flying for the rest of forever. Hey, a Farnsworth fuser, all it does is produce X-rays, and that's about it. It's not anything bad, and lots of neutrons.
I'm sure that the friendly people at the TSA are totally going to accept that.
They don't have it, like, it's hard to detect neutrons. You can't, like, to build a neutron detector, you need vast underground stores of, like, deuterium with electronic detectors, and that's how we detect neutrons.
We could just pick up some plates and we'll just do dental x-rays to make some extra money.
I guess technically those would be
3D print some teeth. We can do a video on it.
You don't need a license for that, right?
Fine.
Actually, I do have access to a 3D tooth printer. Would you guys like to see that? Like 3D
Yes.
printing in industry? It's because you can actually totally have your teeth 3D printed now. That's actually a FDA approved thing. It's totally a thing.
I don't care if they want to see it. I want to see that, and I want to help film that because I think that would be amazing to watch.
Now listen. When we get our new logo, we'll get somebody to yank out their front teeth and put our logo on their front teeth.
Who's gonna do that?
I don't know, somebody in the chat.
We'll be the moderngoldenpalace.com.
We're not going to pay them, though. I mean, they'll get a free Patreon tier.
That's like, if you give one of your teeth a month, you get... Tech PGP channel when? As soon as possible. 3D print a 3D printer.
Nimrod Tech, technically it's not, it's subtraction, it's not additive. So like modern, like 3D printers, like most people think of, are additive, where the material is added and built up over time. The 3D printers for teeth, you get a little ceramic cube and the machine cuts the tooth out. But the mind-blowing thing is there's a miniature 3D camera they stick in your mouth and take a 3D picture of your mouth, and then the dentist like models the tooth real quick to look and fit with your existing teeth. And it exactly perfectly fits your mouth. And then they cue it up on the printer like cuts it out of the ceramic cube, and it's ceramic, very tooth-like material. It's really mind-blowing. It really is. Numpun 8, is it a CNC machine then? It is a CNC machine, but it's not a CNC machine like you've ever seen before. It has multiple cutting heads, and the arrangement for the tooth is it's on a rotating platter. So at least I've never seen a CNC machine like that, but it's got multiple cutters going in parallel.
And when I first heard about that, my question was, is it legal, when it comes to the Hippocratic Oath, is it okay when somebody comes to you and says, give me vampire teeth? Yank these out and give me
They shave
vampire
down
teeth.
people's teeth all the time. I would think that would be ethical. It's like cosmetic dentistry. I mean, it's dumb cosmetic dentistry, but it is, I think, legal.
Okay, now, so here's the next question. If that person then attacks someone with their vampire teeth, could you be sued?
I would say no. That's totally up to them what they do with their, like, because some people just have naturally pointy teeth. Like, could they do 3D printing for something like Invisalign? I don't know how Invisalign are made. Hello, Shredder.
Is Invisalign molded to your mouth?
Yes, I had the old crappy braces when I was a kid. I didn't get the cool fancy ones, but I think Invisalign, they actually have to do like a mold. They have to do a mold when you do regular braces too, and it's literally like the worst experience you can possibly imagine. They put this like hockey puck looking sort of disc, like filled with this nasty pink goo, and shove it in your mouth, and then you have to sit there for like 5 minutes choking.
Oh yeah, I had to do that when I was a kid. Not for braces, but for like the after braces appliance thing.
Yeah, the retainer.
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
It is literally the worst.
Greenleaf says Hillary Clinton would hold the dentist responsible. Yes, that's the joke I was making.
Hey, Grey Monk's here on YouTube. Hey, Grey Monk, how's
Hello.
it going? Everything is not on fire.
If someone attacks someone with their breast implants, can they sue the plastic surgeon? I don't think so.
How would you? I think it's a lot easier to attack with teeth than breast implants, but
We talk about Ren and Stimpy way too much, but that was actually one of the really funny things in Ren and Stimpy. Like, Powdered Toast Man had a nipple-based attack.
3D printed pectoral muscles in a six-pack. I guess if you wore them over, I mean, I wouldn't get that implanted.
That's another Ren and Stimpy joke. He had huge pectoral muscles.
That pink shit is awful. Yeah, don't do it.
Well, do it if you need dental work.
It hurts. It's so terrible.
That's bad advice to give people.
I'm gonna get sued
Listen,
now.
hospitals are terrible. If you have pain in your left arm and chest, don't go.
Just deal with the pain. Did you have to have a retainer?
Yeah, I had to have a bunch of shit when I was a kid. I think my dentist was just corrupt though. I think like he knew that my mom would go for anything. He's like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to do this now, because I used to lie to him. He'd be like, hey, have you been wearing this? And I'm like, yeah, of course I have. And he'd be like, yeah, I can tell. And I hadn't worn it today.
I still have terrible teeth, but they were worse before I had braces.
One of my teeth is it was like a little nub, a little baby tooth that wouldn't grow out, and so he just built on top of it, and that's still there.
Just built on top of it. Yeah. Build a great tooth.
Yeah, that's an option for the 3D printing as well. Like if you have something there that kind of resembles a functional tooth, they can take a 3D picture of it and stick a real tooth or stick a real looking tooth on it and like bond it or whatever. And then you'll still have feeling and stuff in your tooth because the nerve's still there. But because it's mechanically bonded to your tooth or whatever, it works really well.
Yeah, I guess I've had this one for like 20 plus years and it's still going strong.
That should be a Patreon stretch goal, is like pictures of us when we were children.
No. God, no. Those VHS tapes of me playing the Saw are never going to make it to the internet.
Wait a minute, didn't you reveal that you had a mullet or a rat tail?
Yeah, you totally did.
Yeah,
I totally
that's what we got to see.
That's gonna be a Patreon stretch goal. Think of the donate. Think of all the cool stuff we could do.
It's like, oh, we can, like build the next great AI, or just look at terrible, terrible pictures
We could just look at baby pictures
from a childhood that somebody would rather just be forgotten.
Let's dredge up some memories.
I made this. Says, how about the EM drive thruster? Maybe slightly less dangerous. Yeah, so the EM drive is a peer-reviewed paper on that is coming out where they're actually saying we don't know what the hell is going on with this. I haven't read the paper, like the announcement thing that it's coming out, but I read a summary of it. So if somebody's more read in on this, let me know. I added it to my reading list, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet because, again, distractions. But it looked like the leading theory is that because inertia, the wavelength of the inertia would be larger than the universe, and so it is quantized into the largest available thing that is not the size of the universe, and because of that, there is thrust. And I'm not sure what that means exactly, but if the wavelength is so large it won't fit in the universe, so the wavelength becomes whatever the size of the universe is, that would be pretty neat.
Hello, Emerald. Emerald 100, because Emerald was taken.
And Emerald 1000, he didn't feel like he was that impressive.
What's this? So it's a WebMD. It's both cancer and syphilis. Don't ever look up anything on WebMD when it's late at night.
Any
I
other
woke
time
up-
of day.
Yeah. Well, it's like the worst time, it's like, I feel kind of like sick. And then you like look it up on WebMD and then it's like, I probably have cancer. Factorio sucks. No you.
Factorio does not suck.
Factorio sucks. Okay, Morgan Le Fay. All right, wait. Let's do a tour. Let's do a tour of this. I know it looks like ass. When we first got this game, I was like, this game is awful. This is going to be the worst experience ever. And I think this is probably one of the best games, especially for like an indie game. This is one of the best games that I've ever played. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's like super addictive. If you like games where it's difficult to master but easy to learn, that's sort of what Factorio is. So let me do it. Let me do like a 30-second walkthrough here. I'm gonna have to take down part of our wall. All right, so check this out. There's different raw materials. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. There's different raw materials on the planet. Like you're a stranded space materials, and you've got these raw materials, and there's also aliens. See these little pink things on my map there? The little pink things are aliens that want to attack if they notice, or the red things, I'm sorry, that want to attack us if we pollute their planet too much. But we need to do all this research and mining and shit so we can build a rocket to get off this godforsaken planet because we're lonely or a spaceman or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the motivation is. But so that was copper we were just looking at. Here's iron. There's stone. There's oil. There's wood because of the trees. There's coal for fuel. There's water. There's all these different raw materials that require different levels of processing. And so you can see we've got our raw copper here that's being mined by robots put on conveyor belt. And then the conveyor belts come down here and these arms load the copper into the ovens. The ovens process the ore into plates, which are usable by things. And so if we come down here, we see that these conveyor belts sort of convey the copper onto to whatever. And so, like, this one is converting copper to wire. This one's converting copper to green circuit. This one is converting green circuits and gears made out of iron plate into robotic picker hand, or robotic picker hands with these little hand thingies. And then, so like this factory is producing conveyor belts, and so we're putting conveyor belts on the conveyor belts, which is kind of funny. And then this is green research. And so these factories are taking robots and conveyor belts and turning it into green research. And then the green and red research. Red research is made a different way. Red and green research is added to this conveyor belt. And then these are our Epcot research centers, which are like our computers doing research on stuff. And so you build these. These are made out of materials too. And then we also need things like oil and lubricants. Heavy oil, crude oil, light oil, sulfuric acid, lubricant. All of those are petroleum products. So first we have to mine the petroleum, then we have to process the petroleum, then we have to store the petroleum. Then we have to get the petroleum where it needs to go, turning petroleum into plastic. Here's an extra storage tank for heavy crude. Here's where we're bringing in water. Here's where we're bringing in sulfuric acid. Here's where we're transforming the sulfuric acid into... the hell? Oh, we're taking sulfur crystals and iron and water and turning it into sulfuric acid. And then we're taking the sulfuric acid and turning it into batteries. And then over here, we're taking steel, which is processed iron, and iron gears and iron pipe, and turning that into electric motors. And then we're taking these less sophisticated iron motors, or electric motors, and turning them into the more sophisticated electric motors, the red ones, which also require an oil product as an input, which is what I'm working on now. How can you not like that? It's so awesome. I mean, it's not, it sounds complicated, but it's just a little bit on top of that. And it's just amazing. Oh, and Liquid Media Games, of course, says you don't leave the planet. We send a thing into space that's a beacon or something. So yeah, you don't actually leave the planet. You just build a rocket. But it's a lot of fun. So eventually you can build trains, and you start building solid fuel, and then you build rocket fuel, and you get there's red and green research. There's also blue and purple research, and we're just about to get blue research.
It takes a lot. I think if you haven't played this game, it can be a little overwhelming. But I mean, it's kind of pretty easy to understand progression system as you go through and craft and start to do.
It looks like shit. It looks like absolute ass. I will totally give you that. It looks like it would be the least amount of fun ever. I think it's also true that this game is more fun with friends. I think that I would enjoy this game much less playing by myself. But it is a deceptive amount of fun. It really is. And it's from Grey Monk, who's here. Thank you, Grey Monk.
Thank you.
I never would have bought this. Never. And so this is just delightful serendipity. I just can't even tell you.
Yeah, a lot of people on Steam. Actually, Grey Monk didn't give this to me. Somebody else did. I can't ever remember the dude's name. He's on the YouTube comments with the Captain Spaulding icon.
Emo Bob?
Yeah, that might be him. And he kept Steam messaging me. He's like, you got to play this game. You got to play this game. And I would look at the screenshots and be like, I don't know about that. But yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Mograine Lefay. All right, give me some pronunciation clues here.
Mograine, maybe.
I think it's migraine, but Mograine or Mograine.
Mograine Lefay.
Am I going to DerbyCon? No.
What's DerbyCon?
Does everyone wear hats? I'm only interested if everyone wears hats.
Or ride horses.
You don't have to plug the hats anymore. We don't have the Gabe deal.
I just got the Gabe deal. More hats. Bottom right guy is lower resolution.
Can zoom in and out.
Squee! It's amazing.
Team PGP, what in your opinion is the best IT course to take at the moment? Programming, networking, etc. Question mark.
That's a weird question. What's your goal?
You should obviously take design, which is not an IT course, but it is very useful.
Well, I've painted myself into a corner here.
Well, see, we got the bus down here. If you want to expand, you can come down here and start another loop.
All
Yeah,
right,
I can expand the walls out too.
so check this out. This is a pretty common problem in Factorio. I need to make my fancy electric engines, and I need a shitty electric engine and a green circuit and lubricant. It's got to be somewhere around here, unless I want to pipe it a long way away, because here's my lubricant production facilities, which is near my oil production facilities. But I need to get the engines from here. And so one thing that we didn't understand last game were these things called logistics robots. Now, logistics robots are slow. It looks like, the only way to get things from A to B is conveyor belts. No, if you don't need something that's super high volume, you can use logistics robots. It takes a long time to craft the electric engines, and so I think we can get away with logistics robots to supply this factory with the parts that it needs to actually produce the sophisticated electric engines. Green circuits. Sorry. I didn't mean to monopolize all the chat time. How's everybody doing? Everybody have any questions? What's happening?
I have nothing to contribute because my main job when we play this game is to make walls and build turrets. I'm the Torb of this game. Keck, logistic robots are slow. Don't tell Wendell that, because then he's going to want to upgrade them.
Yeah. No, the logistics robots are really slow, but I mean, think about how long it takes to produce a red electric engine. It's fucking forever.
Can you see the full chat or just the stream chat? Okay, somebody actually asked earlier if we were using 1 or 2 PCs. So since there's a bunch of new people,
There's a video.
yeah,
For now.
there's a video. But what we do, the reason we have multiple cameras that you can see, which you don't see on other channels very often, is we use a web server. So we're all using one PC, but we're broadcasting not to Twitch, but to a web server. And then that web server is like being pulled into another computer, which is then compiling the streams. And if you go to YouTube, somebody can spam the YouTube command there. You can watch the individual streams instead of the 4-up if you want to see. Like if you only wanted to see Wendell Cam, you can go to YouTube and no, cameras, Emerald 100. Emerald 100, I can tell you're a shit stir. Cameras are what they're referred to in, like, well, I guess source. Everybody calls them cameras.
Yeah, it's easier to say camera than explain what source means for some people who aren't familiar with OBS.
Russian Tux, go back about 10 minutes ago, and I did a pretty good explanation of what the point of the game was and why it's fun. Nexy33 asks, their PC got hit by a car and struck by lightning 3 days later.
What?
Wait a minute.
Is this
How does a
season,
PC get hit by a car?
is the season appropriate for getting a new PC, or should I wait for a new series of products coming soon? Honestly, just go, like, Cabby Lake is getting ready to come out. Just get a Skylake machine. The price of the i7 CPUs went down a little bit. You can get it for $299 on Mono Price or Micro Center. The i7's overkill for a lot of people, but it's nice because it's 4 gigahertz out of the box. You can set it to 4.2 gigahertz all the time. Pretty much every i7 under the sun will do that. Most will hit 4.3, 4.4, 4.5 if you've got a good cooling solution. Skylake is fine for 95% of people.
We've got a ton of iron plate over here if we need it.
Russian Tech says Xeon E3 1231 V3 for the win. Yeah, those are nice. 2600K, rocking hard. Yep.
WendellCon 2017.
PGP prom. Get your dates now. Boots guy's taken.
Boots guy's taken.
Yeah, hot cub car. Ask Boots guy. I think was it hot cub car? Yeah. I get mixed up.
So what I'm doing now, chat, because I'm a scrub, is manually loading this factory so that it'll make at least some engines. But that's like the scrubby, terrible way to play this. But meanwhile, I'm going to work out another way to get my logistics robots in here.
Rust Belt Nick, dang it. I had the wrong username again, second time today. Rust Belt. Rust Belt Nick asked Hot Cup Car. Boots guy. Dang it. You can tell I'm tired. It's been a long week. He asked, wait, what? Are you guys messing with me? Who? I don't know. What I'm just saying is you guys need to get your dates now for PGP prom. Get your corsages ready. I expect everyone there to be wearing corsage.
Russian Tuck says the 1231 V3 was like $100 cheaper than the i7. I don't. What's the? So how's the clock speed stack up compared to the 6700 and the 4770K on the 1231 V3? I don't remember off the top of my head. I thought the 1231 was like 2.8 gigahertz, or is it like 3.2? Is the V3. Now, if you're really paying attention on Intel Arc, check it out, because they always back off the clock speed a little bit, but they'll add more cache and cores, which kind of offsets the back off in clock speed. So like the V4s, the Xeon, the E3 V5s, the E5 26XX and 16XX, they back off the clock speed a little bit from V2, V3, V4, but they have added more cores or a little bit more cache, but it'll be like, oh, it's 6 cores now, but it's 3.3 instead of 3.4, and they'll back off on the turbo a little bit, which is frustrating. They make up for it because the turbo, if you're running like apples to apples, if you've got a 4-core workload and you got a 4-core CPU that's 4 cores in V2 but goes to 6 cores in V3 or whatever, it'll be a lower clock speed, but in turbo, if only 4 cores are used, it'll be a comparable speed on the other thing, but it's annoying nonetheless, because a lot of programs don't scale to multiple cores really well and don't take into account how turbo works, which is dumb.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
It's fine. Someone was like, where are the aliens? And I was like, let me show you.
Oh, yeah.
No.
3.5 boost to 3.8. Yeah, you'll be fine on that 1231 V3 forever. Did they backed off the clock speed on the V4s, didn't they? V4s and V5s?
Did you lose a bunch of resources?
No, I dumped it in a chest because I figured that would happen. Let me drink some lala since I died. I had like 1 iron plate on me.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you guys are still on the fence about the aliens will attack you the more pollution you produce and all this coal burning, fire making, whatever. Yeah, they don't like that. Gives them allergies.
So, like, you've been working on that lala for a solid 3-4 hours now. Isn't it warm? You're drinking warm yogurt?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Warm drinks don't really bother me that much. I mean, if it's like super warm, yeah, but it's not that bad.
But yogurt?
Eh. Do you not drink like hot? Do you drink hot soda? How do you drink your soda?
No, I don't want hot soda. I can drink water lukewarm, but I don't want soda. That's ridiculous.
See, I grew up and I drank soda warm. It didn't bother me to not drink it cold.
Well, that's wrong.
Hey Wendell, where else other than here in Twitter can I follow you in the event that Tech Syndicate goes south as of now?
I'm on Reddit.
You have your own channel too. If you go to our YouTube channel, I've got you as a featured channel.
Oh yeah, Wendelltron. You can do that. That works.
You can see all the old Office update videos, which we're still working on. It's almost done. It's so close. It's like so close I can taste it.
What's it taste like?
It tastes like victory.
It really does taste like victory, doesn't it?
I've never had victory. I don't know.
Victory TM.
Well, so far I haven't either, so.
Wendell has a 4chan page.
What?
I don't think they have profiles there, you doofus. Yeah, Wendelltron is his YouTube account. I feel like I've been gone for so long. Ty, you were just here the other day. I see you lurking in chat a lot. You don't talk, but I see you.
We do not have the window trims yet. Well, we've got them.
They're painted, yeah, we've painted them all.
Yeah, well, we got curtains. We fucked up. We got curtains that are appropriate for one of the 3 windows. Because one of the 3 windows is shorter by 3 rows of bricks, and we didn't notice. Oops.
Yeah, it was like, let's measure the windows. So we measured it, and we didn't realize they were all different sizes, and it was like, oh. So we got curtains that fit the one window.
Myrrh.
Get a power suit Mark II. We ain't got the tech for that.
We're getting there, though.
We'll have to have blue for that.
In class from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., my watching abilities have been crippled. The solution there is you just drop out.
Wait a minute. 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're in our time zone, that would totally not affect you.
I expected heavier southern accents.
I don't reckon I know what you're talking about.
I think you've got the strongest southern accent of all of us. Mine comes out when I'm angry or if I'm really tired.
So, we need to do a 24-hour stream and harass you in various ways the entire time.
My accent gonna come out.
I've never heard that.
Wendell, do you still have that portal gun? He does. It's actually sitting up behind me. Now you sound like my dad. Shit.
Oh my, 200 viewers. Yeah, tie the tie. If you haven't been here in a couple days, for some reason this week, we've gotten a massive influx of viewers. It's almost like there was some sort of event that drove people here.
I don't
Can't figure it out.
It was a horde.
I don't have any fucking idea what you're talking about. This is my family. Y'all are the ones that love me.
I'm Southern and I'm triggered. Report to the cyber police. The cyber police were like, yeah, we're Northerners. We don't really care.
Every donation to Zapper with an electric fly swatter. Is there such a thing as an electric fly swatter?
There's like the buzzer things, like you can hang outside your house. I don't know if they've got like one you can hit people with.
So, well, okay, so I guess that's like a Morning Star. We'll spin it around and just blast you with it. I don't think she could take too many of those shots.
Wendell blinked twice if in trouble.
No, I'm in my safe space now.
Wendell, since when do you
Safe
drop
space.
F-bombs? It's PG on the YouTube stuff, but here anything goes.
Yeah, this is a free space.
That's how you know. It's also how you can tell my patience is wearing thin.
There is, it looks like a tennis racket. I've never seen that.
Oh wait, I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, don't use that on me.
Please
Growing
send
up,
them. Go ahead.
I was just saying, growing up, we just used like the fly paper to get rid of flies and stuff.
Please send Waffle House and sweet tea. Kentucky is my last stop when coming back to Minnesota, where I can stop for Waffle House. Oh, they don't have Waffle House in the north?
They totally do. I went to college in the north, and they totally have a Waffle House.
George Broughton has got a robotic tape loader. George, I had a DDS4. I had a DDS4 16 tape auto loader. I still have it in my garage because I was going to harvest the parts out of it. But it's a robotic auto loader, and there is a script for that. It's SCSI. There is a script for that for Linux. But my God, what is wrong with you using tape? I mean, how many terabytes could that really be? Honestly, you can get an external 8 terabyte hard drive for like $200. Just do that. Nick left and now he's back again.
it takes the sadistic person to beat a fly to death and then electrocute them. I think if I were a fly, I'd rather be electrocuted because then you won't know when you're getting smashed.
Did you guys didn't do the thing with the ant where you'd get like a piece of sidewalk chalk and then you would just isolate one of the ants from his friends and you'd draw the circle a little tighter and tighter around it each time?
Nope.
Maybe other psychotic things, maybe. I don't know. I always did that as a kid.
I never really murdered animals because, you know, that's kind of a serial killer precursor.
I never went beyond ants, okay? I thought that was like a thing. People did that, like, you know, messed with ant hills, that kind of thing.
I gotta see if I can build another RoboPort close enough to the copper production to supply copper to my other stuff.
We got a ton of copper, though. Where's your other stuff?
Over here for engine production. I guess I could just put the green circuits in a chest and do it that way.
Well,
for
see,
now.
we got this. Oh, we need copper plates, though.
Do we need more production? I can find another copper deposit.
No, we got a ton of copper. He just needs to get it over here.
I'm going to go ahead and put it in a passive provider chest, and for those of you still playing along at home, the passive provider chest, any items you put in it will be made a part of the logistics network. So if you have a requester chest somewhere else, robots can be like, hey, I can get that out of the provider chest and supply whatever it is with the requester chest, which will supply the production facility. And the robots fly and do stuff, and they're kind of slow and shitty, but hey, it's better than, you know, having to get, you know, another conveyor belt to the other side of the map.
Wendell and anime is a neat's dream come true.
What does that mean?
Anime?
You don't know what a neat is?
I've never heard that.
A neat is not employed, educated, or in training. So basically,
Oh, okay. I have heard that. Never mind.
yeah.
Alright, I got 10 green circuits. That ought to be enough for a couple engines. Then we can build some robots.
Can you imagine if Wendell was a closet otaku? Wendell, I can't imagine you watching anime. You don't make time for a lot of television.
Almost all the television I get these days is on the treadmill.
Yeah, I can't get into anime.
I used to be more into it when I was younger, not so much anymore. It's so hard to find just one good series that's not just gratuitous fan service.
Hey, Mumble Vagabond and Lesser Shoe are here. How's it going, guys?
I saw a gameplay video. There's the new anime-based game. Something Titan. Attack on Titan. And I've seen the name before, but I always assumed that Attack on Titan was like they were attacking a space station named Titan or a moon or something.
Yeah.
But have you ever seen that?
It's
No,
the name of the ship, isn't it?
No.
No, I know it's popular, but I don't know anything about it.
Oh my god. The Titans are these giant naked people with no genitals. And they're like running around eating people. And then the good guys are like Spider-Man with these like pneumatic ropes and shit, and they run around chopping the heads off of the giant Titans.
And that's it? There's no like there has to be a subplot.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's more to the story, but it's like, wow, I really expected like a space drama or something. You're like, Titan, surely Titan was, like you say, a spaceship or something. But no, it's giant naked people with no genitals.
It's bizarre. Oh, there's oil over here. There's more oil.
Jason
If we need
Rufus. Lol. All I gotta say about that is just lol. And Enormous Ginormous is here, and he said we're gonna have to stay up until 3 a.m. because he just got here.
Yeah,
We're
that
here.
ain't happening, bud.
We're here for what, another 30 minutes, maybe an hour?
Yep.
Yep.
30 minutes.
How about that?
I have to go find a microphone that is in storage, and I have no idea where it is. It exists, but I don't remember where it's at.
I thought you were going to say you had to go down by the river to find a microphone.
Yeah, I pretty much have to go down by the river, but not really. But you know, it's just all yeah. It seemed
See
like
ya,
that.
Con.
Seemed like that was going to be fertile ground for some jokes, but I'm just going to give up on that. It's cool.
What's the microphone for, Wendell?
It's I think so. I've got the Shure KSM 44. I think that I've got an AT 2020 somewhere. It might not have been an AT 2020. It might have been a Shure instrument mic, like that you would use for a drum kit or something. If it's for a drum kit, it's going to be useless. But if it's the other thing, then it might be okay. Because I borrowed a thing for the audio, and so I can use the Shure KSM 44 plus another XLR thing for the audio. And if it's not an instrument mic, then that might be pretty good. Night Raven is watching us at 4:32 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Insomniac? Insomniac much? Second shift worker?
Was that in, where would that be? That'd be in Europe, right? It's so late. Zerial's here too, as is PC Stuffs. And Kelmore.
Is Gabe and Wendell's waifu, or is that Wendell is Gabe's waifu? They're actually long lost separated brothers. And they're kind of estranged from one another because Wendell wanted no DRM, open source, and of course, Gabe wanted Steam. So they haven't spoken in a while.
It's really a tragedy. Wendell, any opinion on Angular 2's forthcoming release? I also want to know this.
So I played with Angular 2 a couple of months ago. Oh god, it's probably been about 6 months ago now. And it it left a lot to be desired. But, there've been a lot of developments probably in the last 5 or 6 months, so maybe it's not awful. But they've got a lot of ground to make up from some of the other frameworks. I really liked Angular. Angular wasn't overly complicated. I worry that Angular, at least at the time that I played with it, Angular 2 seemed overly complicated for what it was accomplishing.
I thought Angular was strange, personally. I've only worked with it on like one project, but it may just be because I have Stockholm syndrome with other frameworks. I think we just got a donation, but I missed the name.
I made
Tie
this
to
is still
tie.
here. Oh, tie to tie. You don't have to
Thank
do that.
you.
Y'all will always be my favorite gaming group. Also, Wendell, I wish you the best days ahead and regret all the stress that you've probably endured recently. Signed, Ty the Space Guy.
Thank you. It will be okay. I promise it will be okay. Honestly, I think that you guys will be very happy in a short amount of time.
That's a bold claim. I'm going to temper that and say your happiness and misery, not dependent on your own existing happiness and misery, will improve.
Can you configure Twitch alerts to say something in chat maybe when someone donates? I don't know what to look into that. I always want to make sure we thank people when they donate or follow, but it's hard sometimes if they come quickly and I miss it.
I bet we could, but we could have to hack Chromium. But I can totally do the text-to-speech thing, because we totally did that for the vending machine.
I don't think spamming the chat is... reading follows, even that,
Yeah.
I think, is a little too much sometimes. We always say the donations.
What's the
'Cause-
difference between? You go.
No, I was just gonna expound on the reading that follows more. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it gets overwhelming sometimes if there's a lot of people. What's the difference between Beer Games Beer and Team PGP? For a long time, we streamed on Beer Games Beer, but with recent events, we actually switched over to our own channel. So you can follow that now if you want to see continued stuff from us. That's a good way to catch up on stuff. Twitch will only save our video on demand, is what they call it, like our old streams for about 2 weeks, and then it deletes them, but you can see them forever on YouTube.
YouTube also has multiple camera angles, so if you, instead of watching the 4-up, if you just want to watch one camera, you can. And you'll get that camera's audio and, you know, just the video for that. So we're streaming 4 1080p streams, 3 cameras, and then 1 4-up view.
Thank you. NM Hun 8. I feel like if I said that fast enough, it would actually sound like something, but NM Hun 8.
George
Nominate.
Nominate,
Nominate?
maybe? What happened with your name tag on the stream?
There's something with the network drive. I have to move the file locally, and I keep forgetting to do that. It's just a red. Here, I'll turn it on for you.
I made these beautiful new name tags.
George Broughton says he's got an LTO4 autoloader, 800 gig per tape, 24 slots. You might be better off eBaying that for some poor company that needs the parts, because you can get a 24 bay fiber channel enclosure with drives for probably nothing, like just super dirt cheap, and that would probably be a better backup solution than LTO tapes, honestly. Because I mean, even if you got all 24 LTO tapes, by the time you factor in the cost of the tapes or how worn out the tapes are, it's not gonna last, and it's not gonna be like super reliable. I mean, when I stopped using LTO years ago, and even doing like quarterly audits on like how successful are we with the restore, looking at the stats from the drive on the number of corrected errors was very unsettling.
Rust Belt Nick donated $10 and says, "Always question mark? What's the question?"
Thank you. I don't know what the question is, but thank you. Also Creaky123 says, Wendell, hope you're doing well. Is your academic background in physics by chance?
I minored in physics, but computer science otherwise. Technically, I double majored in computer science, but they won't give you a double major in the same major. I just took all the computer science classes for multiple disciplines of computer science.
I didn't know that.
Also, somebody asked what channel the future videos will be on. I don't know if you're talking about gaming videos. If you're talking about the non-gaming stuff, it doesn't exist yet. Well, it does exist, but it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Gaming videos are always on the thing that somebody just put there. /Team PGP.
I'm just playing games with friends right now. This is not quote unquote official. There's just some random bozos spitballing, killing time, and blowing off some steam with all y'all.
You guys don't know this, but the blowing off steam comment is actually a directed insult to Gaben.
Not only is it a directed insult to Gaben, it's a pun, because we literally do actually blow off steam, and if you listen to the old streams, you'll hear it. We refer to it as the boiler snake.
The poor boiler. Oh man, he's gonna come back soon. They just killed millions of honeybees in my state by spraying Zika insecticide. Oh.
Aww.
We have to get Bee Syndicate to build bee boxes for us.
And here I thought Wendell was a computer engineer. I did have some computer engineering classes, in the sense that it's like, well, not enough to count as a major, but if I had chosen to go on to electrical engineering, I would not have needed very many classes. Not electrical engineering shit. The one, god damn it, I can't remember it. It's been too long. But like all the electronics classes, PLC, ladder logic. The place where I stopped was I'd already had Intel x86 assembler and classes on RISC, and then they wanted me to take a class on Motorola assembler, and it's like I've already done a bunch of assembler classes. I don't need Motorola assembler. I get it. I can learn the Motorola dialect. It's no problem. And they're like, no, you really need to have Motorola assembler before taking this next class. I was like, you know what? I think I'm fine.
A lot of these chats I'm not understanding.
I think sometimes they talk to each other. Alien Basket said, I've been watching the streams for a while, sometimes through TGA 365. I study CS and just love all the random comments, especially Half-Life. I can't stop. Science forever. Signed, TJ.
Thanks.
Papa Wendell, we love you.
I love you too.
Gay.
Honestly, I don't really know what to make of all the support and love. You guys will always be special to me. I'm not used to. I'm not a people person. I mean, you guys probably already figured that out. Definitely not a people person, but you know, at the people that came to LAN Syndicate was it was very interesting because there were a lot of kindred spirits, and I was not honestly expecting that. And then at that point, something kind of clicked, and it's like, holy shit, community. So it's neat. Don't know what to make of it. Don't know how to process it, but by God, I'll do my best to figure it out.
Neither are most of us, Wendell. Yeah, I don't know a lot of people who are people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to just, you know, quietly inside my own head, it's like, wow, that person is dumb enough to be murdered.
Is there a P.O. box to send M&Ms? We don't have a P.O. box. There is an address that we've given to some people. And honestly, it's not difficult to find, but...
Thanks, 4chan.
4chan!
If you contact one of us and don't seem completely insane, we might give it to you.
Zerial Strauss can be the judge of that.
What a mess. Look at that.
I'm fixing it.
That wall's disgusting. Wendell, what's your favorite music genre? This is a topic we've covered many, many times.
It's like people don't quite believe it. Like, so they keep asking. I mean, I don't blame him, but...
Weird Al?
That's his favorite
And you're
genre.
thinking, so is it parody? No. No, it's not parody. It's Weird Al. Are you thinking, is it like accordion polka? No. It's just Weird Al. Literally.
There are a few things outside of Weird Al. I kind of like the Symphony of Science that I posted to Twitter the other day. Melody Sheep. You guys can look that up.
Wendell's favorite music is dial-up tones.
Maybe.
To go home at the end of the day, put on some dial-up tones, just relax. Get one of those old modems that you have to like put the phone receiver down on. So
Acoustic coupler. That's called acoustic coupler.
It's Big Al. Do you know Big Al Tech, Wendell?
Yeah, I met him at LAN.
He says he wants to send some M&Ms.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I can't respond to you right now, but when the stream's over, I will give you that information.
M&M's is definitely fuel for the weary. Although we've still got like 20 pounds of Zerial Straws, 25 pounds that he said.
Do we?
Do we? I don't think...
I've eaten 2 bags. I've had 2 bags at my desk
We might be down.
over the last few weeks.
Wow, we might actually be down to like 1 bag then.
Yeah, I think we're getting kind of low. It wasn't all us eating them, though. We had help.
Yeah.
Speak for yourselves.
Are you plain M&M kind of people or peanut?
We
I
honestly
like
don't
plain.
care. I like plain too.
I would always go peanut, but I recently had a kidney stone, and apparently I can't have peanuts anymore, so I have to be...
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I can't be part of the peanut master race anymore.
Everyone stop copying my idea of sending M&M's, says Zerial. I'm planning on sending more on channel launch. We're gonna have so many M&M's, it's gonna be ridiculous.
And coffee, I definitely don't drink coffee.
I like coffee, but I don't drink it very often. And I tend to drink it. I drink it with milk and sugar as well. I'm not like a coffee snob.
I made this. Have I heard of Brian Eno's procedural algorithmic generated music? No, but Google has a project on GitHub that is for generating mono, like single note melody stuff, but it's an AI based on inputs, and I'm having some fascinating results on my own, and I've got a helper maybe that is feeding it the theme songs from the 1980s shows, the Knight Rider and the A-Team, and the themes from the various Star Treks and various combinations thereof, and training the AI on that with that Google AI music program, and it'll just be interesting to see if that produces anything that's even halfway usable.
How do they tie peanuts to a kidney stone? They didn't actually. That's kind of funny. The emergency room doctor, I asked him, I was like, so what should I not eat to make sure this horror never happens to me again? And he was like, oh, just Google that. And so I Googled it.
Unreal to me that happened.
And nuts. Maybe it's not peanuts. I don't know. I saw nuts and I was like, all right, I'm not fucking around with any more nuts because that's really bad. It's an unpleasant experience.
I have an espresso at home. Everyone's talking about how great coffee is. Now I want one.
Does Team PGP like the IT crowd? Yeah, that's a funny show.
Yeah.
I like they made an American one, right? I like the original one. I haven't seen the American one.
Yeah, I've only seen the British.
I watched one episode of the American one, and it was not good. But the British one is amazing. The British one is just brilliant, subtle humor, layered humor, and it's so cringy. I feel like some of the episodes they hit in stride, but the one episode where Roy has like the biker guy at his house and like just that whole little story arc, it's the perfect combination of train wreck comedy, tongue-in-cheek humor, and the types of everyday situations where a very slight miscommunication leads to a very, very awkward situation, and it was great.
Do you drink lots of soda or energy drinks? I almost always drink water. Krista drinks some sodas and yogurt.
Yeah.
And Wendell drinks tea.
Unsweet tea.
And diet orange Sunkissed.
Yep.
Yeah, the amount of orange Sunkissed cans I found in that room when I cleaned it, I was like, there's so many in here. Why are there so many?
I've got to fix the teapot at the office because I really should not be drinking that much orange soda. I should be drinking more tea.
Do you drink a lot of it? I usually just have a soda with lunch. I don't ever drink it after that.
I usually only have like one a day, maybe two a day. But working in there, because it's so strenuous, it's like, let's have, it's like, I'm really thirsty. And it's like, I should have tea, but I don't.
But the artificial sweetener makes you more thirsty.
Yeah, that's definitely what happens.
Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of people who probably have never had like actual sweet tea. They've had like regular tea.
Did any of you try mate infusion? Mate infusion?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
What sucks is when you want unsweet tea, but the dispenser is weird and gives you gross part sweet tea.
Most of the time, that kind of tea is not really tea. Like, they haven't really figured out a way to make tea that's not really... Like, you get the, like, Lipton shit in the bottle. That stuff is just god-awful. The lowest bottom rung shit tier tea is tea made from the iced teapot by Mr. Coffee, but with, like, actual good tea. But if you really want to do tea right, you gotta do hot tea and then add ice after the fact in, like, a wood thing with... It's complicated. I've been drinking more coffee lately. Just black coffee. It's not bad.
Ugh. I had to put sugar in mine, or milk.
Well, you can't get the dark roast stuff because dark roast usually means burnt. And so, like, almost dark roast is what I like. But burnt coffee I can't stand.
I just don't like how bitter it is. I have to have something to sweeten it up.
We'll get it. Well, next time, just get a half a cup and add some water.
Or more sugar.
Have you tried coconut milk?
Just in general or in coffee? I've not had it in coffee.
As a sweetener in coffee. It's pretty darn good.
Should have a Team PGP cooking episode / stream. I don't cook at all. I mean,
I cook some.
I cook to survive, but I mean, like, I'm not going to be able to teach you anything.
Three-quarters of that video would be us trying to put out a stove fire. Let's just be serious.
No, I can cook okay.
I don't fuck around with
okay.
the burners. You know, I'll mess with the oven, but the burners, I'm just not ready.
I don't like messing with the burners, but I can. I prefer baking stuff because it's so easier. It's so much easier, and I can just like leave it alone and then set a timer. And it's still just as good.
Mate is a common. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. Is that like mate or something? It's a common infusion like tea, commonly consumed in South America. It's bitter and has similar properties to coffee.
I don't know. Have you guys seen that it's not a GIF, but that picture floating around where it's like this, you know, this lady in like business power suit, and it's like, so what are your job skills? And then the next frame, it's like a girl blowing into a teapot with her face, and the tea's like shooting out of the arm in the teapot into a cup. That was so funny.
What are your skills? I can flip a water bottle.
I am aware that my name tag is broken. I turned it on to illustrate that it was broken because somebody complained that it wasn't there. Instructions on how to extinguish various kitchen fires. We would probably throw water on a grease fire and then we'd all die.
We'll show you how to do crock pot stuff. I'll show you how to make goulash.
Oh yeah, I can make like a whole chicken in a crock pot.
Yeah.
It's always simple enough to do. But the whole chickens you buy at the store for like $6 taste better, so I usually just go for that.
See, I'm excited because now it's crock pot season. Now it's getting kind of chilly, or will be chilly.
I didn't know that you could only do that in certain seasons.
I don't like having like the oven and stuff on when it's really hot out, because then I come home and I feel like my whole house is really hot.
Do I have to get a license as well? Do I have to get tags for each of my crock pot
you
animals?
have to pay a lot of taxes on that.
Am I allowed to cook female animals during this season? Or just males to thin the herd?
Just males to thin the herd. Deer are becoming a real problem around here again. There's talk of them bringing some predators back into the area. I've read.
Who's them? The predator people?
Oh, the wildlife.
Is this the wolf company? Yeah, we'd like to order some.
Yeah, because the deer are just out of control. Can you spawn in some wolves?
Spawn in some.
We'd like to get a couple of wolves. What do you got in the big cat territory?
That's the thing they were talking about, was bringing back panthers. Not panthers, what's the word? Mountain lion.
I think, is it panthers that are just black leopards? Is that true?
I'm not sure.
There's one kind of big cat that's just a totally black version of another kind of big cat.
Are my folks from Hungary? No, it's Germany. Well, that's frustrating because when I look up goulash recipes, a lot of them are Hungarian. My Oma usually sends me some of the flavoring packets. She sent me her recipe. That's usually the one I follow.
You're in Kentucky. Why not bring in a few more rednecks? Hunting has fallen a little out of favor. Everybody's taken up this new hobby. It's called meth. Another. They like to hunt. They don't like to hunt deer anymore. They like to hunt Oxycontin.
Rustbelt has a pretty good idea. He said maybe we can do an informal, broadly outlined conversation between you guys. Would be really great to see, or even just hear us do on a podcast. So what are you thinking, Rustbelt? We would do like just a little 10-minute video on this. These are some ways that you should try some beverages for like everyday beverages that aren't awful and won't kill you.
What about, I think, a better way to do that, because I got no input on Like I just fucking drink water. But I think it would be more entertaining if we actually all tried them and gave our opinions.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. We could go over
Meh.
some of the tea that I got from Taiwan.
Oh yeah, that would actually be really cool.
I think that's actually pretty common on YouTube channels. People
Try
or
different
people
stuff,
like
yeah.
send them shit. Episode 1 water, episode 2 water. The best water is Nestle water because it's reverse osmosis.
I was gonna say he actually has an opinion on this, so that's what makes it funny.
And it's so pure, it'll super cool in your freezer, which is fun and educational.
Team PGB should talk about some tech news, then put it on YouTube, Kappa.
Careful what you wish for.
An open source water. I think that's just a cesspool.
Dihydrogen monoxide is fatal if inhaled.
Nestle are criminals. I can't argue with that. Viper Talon. But that water is fucking delicious.
I buy the off-brand water. I buy off-brand
that's-
everything.
You cut corners where you will, but not with water. Not with bottled water. You're already paying like a 200% markup. Just go ahead and go the extra mile.
I've heard Nestle water tastes of plastic. I've not noticed that.
It just tastes like the minerals that they use.
I buy flavored water. I call it Coke.
When you use reverse osmosis to purify your water, you literally take everything out of it, and that's not good for you. You can't just drink total plain water. You need some kind of minerals in it, and it also won't taste good. So they put shit back in it, and it's a nice flavor.
Juju crystals. When you steal it, the markup is unlimited. I've heard Maine has the best water.
The thing that kills me about the Nestle shit is like, and I guess this is true of most water package, like the big packages of water, but Nestle, it seems like there's like at the Nestle packaging plant, there's like a supervisor, and he's like, Johnson, have you got this plastic that we're wrapping the water bottle packages in so that it will, it'll tear as soon as you try to pick it up by these sides that kind of look like handles but aren't? He's like, oh no, sir, we did what you wanted. You have to take 3 steps before it collapses so that you're guaranteed to drop your water everywhere. That's a damn good work, Johnson. You're going to get a promotion for this. That's exactly what we wanted.
So true.
I've never had water like break on me like that. I usually end up having to take out kitchen scissors just to get all the water bottles out. Need to try paprikash. I'm not sure I know what that is. I know Hungarians have their own paprika, which is a little spicier, which is better for goulash. Hard to find though, unless you go to a European grocery store.
People talking about different tap water. Is it the, I think it's like North Dakota or someplace where they're doing the fracking and you can light the tap water on fire. It's not the water, but it's the other shit that's in the tap.
Yeah, goulash sounds good. Now, oh, I'm so excited. So excited for all the nice stews and stuff you can make this time of year.
So before you got all the research, we didn't get the robotics network really going until last time. I'm able to build provider chests, but I can't seem to build a requester chest. How would this be useful if you didn't have that research?
Screw
wait.
you, that's why.
That's true. I wonder what we need. Well, what about storage chests? Maybe that'll do it.
Storage sounds like provider.
Uh, Krista, do you own a crock pot?
I do. I own 2 crock pots. My aunt owns like 10.
Crockpot?
Yes.
Well, what would you need 10 for other than, are she doing simultaneous crock pot cooking?
Yes. So we do like big family get-togethers, and she has a ton. And when my cousin moved out, she was like, "Mom, can I have one of the crock pots when I move out?" And she was like, "No, I need all these."
How power hungry are crock pots?
I'm not sure. I usually leave mine running all day, so.
I've got one that's rated for 140 watts, but I don't get the feeling that it's ever using more than 60 or 70. So on the order of a couple bucks a month to run.
If you're running it all the time? Or
Liquid Media Game says we need requester chests.
let's see what.
Can you
Oh, here we
overclock
go.
a crock pot? Yes, you can overclock a crock pot by turning it way, way hot, and then at that point you just have a stove.
Requester chest requires blue research.
So blue needs batteries, circuits, filter inserters, and steel plates. Yeesh.
They have Wi-Fi enabled crockpots. Oh, I saw a cool video.
Yeah.
They got this tractor, and there's no cabin. It's a totally autonomous tractor, and you just like get an app on your tablet, and you build a little route for your autonomous tractor, and it just does everything.
You have to water cool your crock pot if you want it to overclock. RGB crock pot.
So blue research, you just told me what it requires, but I've already
Instantly
forgotten.
Batteries and red circuits. I'm trying to feed the red circuit production, but it's hard.
You got red circuit production set up somewhere?
Yeah, up here near the plastic production.
First video idea, hooking various crackpots. That's a different kind of thing. Up to a meter and
Whoa.
testing energy efficiency. I'm not sure how entertaining that would be.
This one does real good, guys.
But see, it's kind of dumb to do energy efficiency of a crock pot, because a crock pot converts the energy to heat. Everything is damn good at converting energy into heat. So the more efficient, like I don't think that, I don't mean, maybe if it was like poorly insulated or whatever, it would have to like retain the heat, but you'd have to let it run over a period of like a day. And it's like the ones that dump heat into the room, I guess, would be the more inefficient ones, but whichever ones draw more power are more likely to be the better crock pot, I guess, unless it overcooks your.
Probably would be the most popular crockpot channel on YouTube.
I don't know. There's probably lots of little old ladies who have channels. Housewives.
Well, no. Our crockpot channels, we don't ever cook anything. We just do various experiments on the crockpots.
There's a channel, I can't remember what it's called, where they microwave stuff. And like that's literally
How
all it
challenging
is.
is that?
They microwaved like spray paint cans one episode, and I remember watching that and being like, this is gonna end badly, and it did.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of interesting.
I think we could probably set our sights just a little higher than that.
I don't think so. I think that's the peak of human entertainment.
Will it crockpot? Like a wooden crockpot. Oh, that's... These various household objects will, in fact, sit in a dish and heat up.
Oh, Will It Blend? That was a classic. I loved that show. New iPhone. Will it blend? Don't breathe this.
Is there anything wrong with our copper production? Because it seems like the flow is kind of low.
I'll check that out. Probably our miners need to move. No? Looks fine.
Oh. It might just be our picker.
Oh yeah, put a fast one in there.
There we go. Guess we finally got up to the point where we're using copper that fast. Rust Belt Nick is aware of the Linux-powered crockpot. Linux is in everything. Linux has completely taken over the universe, which is awesome. I have two first-gen 3.4 gigahertz Prescott CPUs that I could roast beef if I stuck it in between them. Yeah, those Prescott CPUs, man, those are trash.
Team PCP professional crock potters.
Hey, Conan the Librarian. Is that a reference to Weird Al? Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System? I like that. Because Weird Al. Because UHF. And if you don't know that, shame on you. You should go watch UHF. Yorkie Man's like, what? I had a 4 gigahertz Prescott with hyperthreading in 2004 playing WoW, and it was a beast. Yeah, but if you'd spent the same money on an AMD Athlon X2 64, you would have been playing WoW at least 10 FPS more. Not really, I don't know. But the Athlon X2 would have been a much better chip. That was the era where AMD was actually insanely way better than the Prescott CPUs. It was crazy.
We might need to replace all these smelters with better ones. We could go electric, but I think they're fatter. I don't think we have room for that. We didn't plan well. As usual. Also advanced circuits, which we don't have.
Had to build another heavy crude storage thingy because our production stopped, which is the red circuit problem.
There should be a setting where we can just sell the excess oil to the dogs. Ship it out. That was one story I was reading. There's like a major, like one of those giant shipping companies that went bankrupt this week. And it was really sudden. So there's literally like ships floating around and nobody really knows what to do. They're just full of shit. And it's like, well, the company's bankrupt. Where do we go?
Nikita Net says they just got an AMD Athlon X2 64 5000 plus to upgrade the CPU in a project. You know, and that's funny because that would have cost less than the Prescott 3.5 by hundreds of dollars. And yeah, it was I couldn't afford the 5000. I think I had like a 4200 or 4300 plus with a little bit of an overclock on it, and man, that thing would melt your face. See, I was a crazy person, though. That was around the time that I discovered that hard drives are basically the bottleneck as long as everything else is okay. And I switched to SCSI hard drives for my work. So I had a 10,000 RPM SCSI hard drive in my workstation, and that was around the time of the Athlon, and my god, it was so fast. Computer's loud as hell though.
You've gained around 60 followers tonight? That's awesome.
Yay!
What's our number? Did we hit 2,000?
I don't know.
Look, we get that we're never going to have millions of followers. We're okay with that. That's not really what we're going for. Although, if it happens, you know, that'll be amazing. You guys can make it happen. You guys can be the super fans. But yeah, no, we realize it's not going to be millions of fans. But at least we'll get something out of it.
What are we gonna do when we hit 2K?
Sell everything, head for Mexico.
Move to the Bahamas. Yeah, you guys don't really understand that we don't need to do this. We none of us need to do this for income. And so anything that we might do in the future, the earnings there are all going to go toward content development and creation and blah blah blah. But don't take our word for it, just wait and see. What's the performance of a 10K SCSI drive compared to something like the WD Raptor 10K drive from the early 2000s? So, a SCSI hard drive would be about 15% faster than those WD Raptors. That was a 10K RPM drive. I switched to a 15K on the computer right after the Athlon X2. And then I had a 15K hard drive until an SSD, until I switched to SSDs. Grizzle had the same setup. He had a 15K drive, and it was definitely face-meltingly fast, insane access time. I mean, it's 15,000 RPM drive, 2.5-inch platter in a 3.5-inch caddy. The reason it was a 3.5-inch caddy was to dissipate the heat, but the actual physical hard drive platter was 2.5 inches, and those were 150 gig and 300 gig. And it was for a mechanical hard drive. It was, I mean, it was substantially higher performance than desktop hard drives, and considerably higher than even a Raptor. And it was available well before Raptor.
I think I had a Raptor in my home machine at the time, and yeah, it's just because everything responds faster, it makes the computer feel faster. I mean, it is faster, but it's so noticeable because that little delay is just gone.
Has 15. Go ahead.
It's a way better experience.
Yoinker Man asks, how's a 15K drive compared to RAID 0? Alright, so RAID 0 is misleading. RAID 0, you can have really amazing throughput, but it doesn't help you with the latency. It doesn't really help you with the random I.O. It can help you with the random I.O. if you can keep both hard drives busy with the random I.O. But the reality is that, like, the perfect random I.O., you're going to double your throughput, and that happens with RAID 0. It definitely happens. Throughput being how fast you can transfer information. But how fast you can randomly access data on the drives does not actually double. If you do the math and you work it out, it only increases like 1.5x or 1.25x or 1.37x. It's one of those weird, funky math functions. And so even though you've doubled the drives and you've doubled the throughput, the access time for random I.O. is not great. And a weird thing happens when you're doing random size and random I.O., where random size is larger or around the stripe size on the RAID. So if you got a RAID 0 with a stripe size of 16 kilobytes, it means you got 16 kilobytes on one drive, then it's on the other drive, then another 16 kilobytes, and then another, and another, and another. It turns out that most of the shit that makes your computer slow is not sequential loading, it's random I.O. Sequential loading is like loading a level in a game. Random I.O. is like booting your computer up, although Microsoft did a lot of retarded bullshit to try to make it not actually take forever to boot your computer by moving all the stuff it needs to boot your computer to one place, but they never really got that to work the way that it was supposed to. So random I/O performance, or I/O operations per second, or IOPS, is really what determined how snappy a computer felt during that era. And RAID 0, random IOPS, it's better, but not great. And it didn't help you at all on latency, like overall latency, because you're physically waiting for the hard drive to come around. Doesn't help you. In fact, it can be worse in some scenarios. And so R Greer 1, he's got two M.2s, Samsung 950 Pros, and a RAID 0. So the 950s have no latency because they're SSDs, not really. And so those things that I described when you're talking about SSDs, most of those are not problems. Those are problems of spinning Rust. When you're doing it with SSDs, you're going to improve your performance, and you're going to get that 1.25, 1.5 IOPS performance bump with no penalty. And so SSDs make a lot more sense, but you can still have latency problems for large-ish block transfers. So that's why you got to fiddle with your RAID block size to find exactly what's perfect if you really want to fiddle with it.
Oh, here come the dogs.
Oh, end the stream on a insane explosion of activity. Is it a big group or just a small?
They damaged the wall. It wasn't a huge group.
Oh. Ending the stream on a lackluster attack.
Oh yeah, it is pretty much time to go. But my god, we've got 211 people.
I know. Thank you guys for watching and donating and just being awesome.
Atomic Django says, me discussing SCSI drives is why I followed tech to begin with. I hope I continue to make vids. I'm going to, there's no doubt about that, just sorting out my orderly exit and satisfying whatever obligations I have left. Anybody have any questions before we go? This factory is way better than our last one.
It really is. I mean, I feel like it's efficient and like there's walls. We don't even need the walls half the time because there's hardly any dog attacks.
But it's better, but we've already hit places where we expanded incorrectly. It's so frustrating.
You'll never do it correctly. You'll never have it 100% right.
But somebody out there does. They do it in 3 hours.
What is the meaning of life? That's a heavy question.
Yummy Chicken Blue is like, will you guys keep streaming? I would love to, but I'm very sleepy.
Very sleepy. We all worked today. We guys hired Jennifer for WendellCon 2017.
Yep, she would be able to pull it off. We know that she can pull off events under impossible odds, deadlines, and just ridiculous working conditions. So I'd say that could be a thing.
New to the stream, how often do you guys stream? We stream 3 days a week. That's Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m.
So we'll be back day after
BST.
tomorrow. How about that?
And Grizzle sometimes does stuff on Saturday. Sometimes I do stuff on Saturday.
Liquid Media Games says every factory gets better in Factorio. We probably won't play Factorio on Sunday, so if you were like losing your mind at like Factorio, we probably won't play Factorio. But
yeah, we gotta think of something good to play on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. See you, Grey Monk.
I work today. It's past 4 a.m. So man up. I'm gonna woman up and go to bed like a baby.
I really appreciate all you guys. I really do. We'll be fine.
And thanks to everybody who donated. The follower list has scrolled, so usually thanking the donators is just like, let me glance. But we actually had followers tonight, so I'll scroll here. Hang on.
We've got calls for space engineers.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
Empyrean, was that the other one we wanted to revisit at some point?
So Rust Belt, Tie the Tie, Rust Belt again, Jack Gallo, Alerted Tube. I haven't seen Alerted Tube in a little while.
No, he was in chat earlier.
Cosidian and Rust Belt. Rust Belt was definitely the donator VIP tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rustbelt. Thanks, everybody. And Big Bad Wolf says, the meaning of life, try to be nice to people, avoid eating fat, read a good book every now and again, get some walking in, and try to live together in peace and harmony with people of all creeds, nations, and channels.
Never going to be able to do all those things.
A pig in a cage on
I don't think I would be
antibiotics.
happy doing those things.
Not everybody. See you Sunday. Come back
Thank
Sunday.
you.